Clobberin time!
Atomic batteries to power. Turbines to speed.
Roger. Ready to move out.
Poker. You know the game?
Clobberanimo!
Come get some.
It's clobberin' time! Clobberanimo!
Yeah. Clobberanimo indeedishness. Yes, indeed. Greetings, clobberers, clobberanimos, clobberoids, clobberoosties, clobberians, clobologists, clobbles, every kind of clobble there is, and if you do not yet clobber, perhaps you will someday, if you learn to bang the rocks together, guys. All right, my good friends, good to see you all here tonight, those who are here and those who are to come. It is good to have you. It is Clobberin Times issue number 457 on YouTube, 1,457 overall, getting close to the 15-year mark of doing this. Again, only little under 4 years on YouTube. Can't believe it's been that long, though. And it is Wild Card Wednesday night. And on Wild Card Wednesday nights is just that. It's anything goes. It's wild. Nothing special. Sometimes, again, because it's a wild card, it can be a topic here and there. As my wonderful credits created by my wonderful first officer, Commander R. Briggs, and I thank you for it, by the way. I never don't thank her enough for that one, indicate. So, yes, it can be a topic sometimes. Nothing tonight, though. Long day for me, probably for you too, because it is windy after all. That's why, who wants to put up any more effort than I have to on a Wednesday? Just hang up, hang out, chill out with your buddies and pals, geeking around, and that's what we like to do on a Wednesday night, and that's what we will do tonight. So anything goes. If you can think of anything you want to talk about, that's geekness that falls into the purview of yours truly, Clobby, then we will do so. Again, if you like. I'm glad you're here tonight. I guess I'll just start out with my show notes. Let's see. So let's do that. Let's some show notes, some shout outs, and then we'll just hang out. Let's get that over with right away. I want to thank, of course, the great Stone Loki, my good buddy. Had a wonderful time on the Comic Roundtable with him tonight. With, of course, the great Nick Weiser and Mark D with the C were there as well. My good buddies. Always an and of course, 24/7. Let's see. What else is going on? Oh, tomorrow night. I'll be over at, of course, at Tom's channel at 6 p.m. Central with great Tom Connors. Midnight's Edge After Dark channel, hanging out with that great group over there. And then after that, it is time for the Clubhouse. We will have a Blake 7 episode review. The episode is Pressure Point. Season 2, episode 5, I believe. I think it's 5. But anyway, it's Pressure Point. So anyway, that's the episode. And I don't know if we're gonna review anything else, but we're gonna have a conversation about what to review next. And we're gonna figure that out, amongst other things. Because we're trying to get some comics to Raquel that we can review and stuff. And we're gonna get it. We're gonna, who knows, maybe we'll figure it out tomorrow night. We'll do it when both number one and chief engineer are there with me. In the meantime, again, that's 9 p.m. Central, of course, as always, for the Clubhouse. And then Friday night on my great buddy J-Man's channel, continuing both J-Man and Sean and myself. Our review, of course, it's Fearless Fridays, because we're reviewing Frank Miller's brilliant run on the Man Without Fear series, Daredevil, and only a couple more shows to go for that. But when we get done, we're projecting something like maybe April 5th, Friday, April 5th. I think we will start. Of course, this is not to be sneezed at. This is amazing stuff, brilliant stuff. But we will start an epic journey. And again, this was J-Man's idea. It's such a monumental task, but he wants to do it. And if he's got the courage to do it, then Sean and I must gather our courage as well. Yes. The Fantastic Four, the classic Jack Kirby. Jack Kirby's the king of comics, legendary. Well, just about the most important comic ever, in a lot of ways, are right up there with the most important ones because of what it did for comics. And Friday nights, just as our Fourth World reviews, and then our Daredevil reviews. Now it's Fantastic Friday nights, Fantastic Fridays, and it's Fantastic Four number 1 through 102, and annuals 1 through 6. We are really looking forward to that. We will, of course, do 4 issues a week. So, but it'll still take some time, and I'm looking forward to that. Also, on Friday nights, I hang out with my good buddy, 32 Flavors of Nick Weiser, but Nick and the on Friday Night Comic Shop Talk with the Friday Night Comic Shop boys, Castor and Pablo, and hopefully, and sometimes Fenrir and guests hangs with us sometimes as well. So it's a lot of fun winding down on a Friday night, just talking some comics with your fellow comic geeks. And then, of course, Saturday night Star Trek returns, I suppose, with 4 more episodes of Voyager. We didn't get a chance to do it last week because I had a prior commitment, but we just hung out and geeked out about Trek anyway, and it was fun. I appreciate everyone who did turn out for that an hour, especially since it was an hour late. But this week we're back with 4 more episodes at 9 p.m. Central, same Trek time, same Clubby channel. And apparently, in one of them, they fight the Juggernaut with the X-Men. So it's cool. Yeah, it's a dumb joke that never gets old, except when I tell it. Okay, shout outs. Let's firstly start with our great wrenches, whether they're here or not. To get the shout out, of course, is the extraordinary, the great Cherokee, the Bronze Wrencher. Vindicator Wrench of the Great White North, the extraordinary, the great Chris Persia. Hey, buddy, I think you're here, so good to see you. Thank you so much for all you do. D. Bud Martin, the Wrench of Iron. Lord Thoth, God of the Wrenches. And, of course, Yvonne lives, and long live the Legion, my friends. Shout out to Lady Thoth. The Wrench Without Fear, partner in crime on Earth B, Legionnaire, Beauty Extraordinaire, and soon to be Fantastic One Extraordinaire, J-Man. Mighty's Daddy, Thor and Vegas. Super Wrench, Kal-El. The Rascally Wrench himself, Phantom Outsider. Clobberin Time Soul Music Meister. And our own buddy Triple Bullwinkle the Great, Larry. I think you're here, Larry. I believe I saw you in there. Good to see you, buddy. Now to the chat. Let's see who is here with us tonight. Larry is here. Hey, buddy. Good to see you. And yes, thank you, Philip Story, for upgrading your membership. That's very kind of you. Good to see you. Philip Story, for hearing this. Thank you so much. Let's see. Putin's dog. What's up? Slobbering indeed, buddy. Hope you're doing all right. And I know you're with the KGB. So, yeah, I really mean it. FKHC. What's up, Tim? Good to see you, buddy. Hey, Scribe Light. Welcome. Hey, the Great Stone Loki's here. What's up, bro? Had a great time hanging with you tonight. Good to see you, buddy. Could not be reached for further comment. What's up? Hey, man. Ravenscroft. All right, Ravenscroft. Great to see you, my friend. Brogu from old hometown. What's up, Kimasabi? And are you slobbering? Says, can we? Oh, you asked a question earlier. Can we talk about what a RDJ is? I don't know. Is he one? I mean, I don't. It's not much of a subject. I don't know. Don't know him personally. He always seemed like a nice. If you seem like a nice guy, but maybe you know something I don't. Appreciate it, bro. I had a great time tonight, bud. Thank you. And can we spoil Shogun? I haven't watched it. Probably won't be watching it. It's not really something I'm interested in. So, however, I don't do spoilering things here for people who don't want things spoiled. So, I guess the answer is no. I don't think we do that here. Hey, Penny. What's good to see you, Penny. Hope you're doing well there, dear. Oh, grabbing Oscar out of Kihui Kwan's. Oh, I'm sorry, Putin. Well, I didn't see it. Claude Selling. Hello, my friend. Putin's cat. I did not see that, so I was not aware of it until you just told me. And unless it was some kind of buffoonery or they were clowning around trying to be funny and they were just, joshing with each other. It sounds like a pretty dick move to do. Unless, again, I don't know the facts, so I don't know. But I would probably end up agreeing with you if the guy did it to be a jagoff. But I've always thought he always seemed like a pretty straight up dude, it seemed to me. He has problems. Oh, okay. Well, again, I don't know. I guess I don't follow that stuff too much anymore. If I ever really did there, Raven, excuse me, Putin's cat. So I buddy, I don't know much about it. I got to admit. So, and again, I want to thank anyone out there who's lurking. I really do appreciate you, lurkers, and those who are watching on the downloads or a rewatch or whatever you want to call it. Much appreciated, my friends. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see here. As in Kiwi Khan, can do no wrong. Is that it? Kiwi Khan, Kwan, or whatever? Well, I do love short round. I don't want anybody messing around with short round. So who knows? So yeah, but I did not hear about that. I guess the Oscars didn't have anything all that crazy happen. Otherwise, we'd have been hearing about it all over the place. You'll take care of it. Good job, Putin. Call the KGB. Get them on that for me. Clobberin times, I find it's best to focus on the past these days. I'm rarely disappointed. Yeah, and that again, good to see you there, Penny. Yeah, I'm the same way. I don't watch a lot of new stuff. A lot of people do, and that's perfectly fine. If they're coming out with some new stuff, that's cool. It's the way it should be. And if they're coming out with new stuff that you like, that is taking your fancy, then I say more power to you, and I'm happy for you. Personally, because I would like that too. I guess I would like to have something, new stuff to watch. I never even watched the old Shogun. To be honest, Putin's cat. I mean, I'm nothing against it. I remember that old miniseries, but I have not watched it. So again, I don't know. Just not really something that interests me. But I've heard what you said, that it's good. I've heard that from a lot of people. So I've heard that it's good. So that's cool. Like I said, it's not that I have anything against it for anybody else as far as like new stuff, but I can't really get into new stuff personally that much. I don't like the new aesthetic. No, that doesn't mean I don't watch anything new. I love Cobra Kai, for example. What else new do I watch? There's something else new that I do watch, and I can't. Good Lord. I know there's something. I mean, I watch a new movie occasionally. I'm going to go see the new Ghostbusters movie next week, and Kong Godzilla. Oh, excuse me, Godzilla X Kong. Yeah, but I know there is some new. Oh, Reacher. I like Reacher. Okay, that's pretty cool. Imagine uh, Cobra Kai, but people are using swords and taking heads. I got you. Yeah, Putin's head. I understand. But yeah, I'm going to go see Ghostbusters and Godzilla. And I can't think of many movies I'm going to go bother to see. I'll probably go see Deadpool since they're going all that trouble. Failing that, I mean, those might be the only three movies I see this year that I know about's coming out. I mean, that I care about or that I even mildly interested in. Read by Nature. What's up? Welcome to Clobberin Times. Good to see you. So, but as far as new stuff, new shows, I did watch. I haven't watched the second season of Invincible yet. I guess I need to watch that. I kind of thought first season was okay, but it's so heavy. It's so disturbing to watch. I mean, it's good. Alan Richardson was awesome in Ordinary Angels when he cried. I lost it. Clobby says Penny. I've heard something about that. I don't know much about it, but I've heard he was in a movie with that title. Interesting. Poochcat says -1 is Godzilla -1 is nowhere. It can't be in theaters. The conflict with the movie. Yeah, the Legendary. Yeah, because Legendary Pictures has their Godzilla coming up. That's true. Putin's cat. Adrian James, good to see you. But when Godzilla -1 comes out on Blu-ray, I'll definitely be getting it. That's for dang sure. I love that movie. What's going on, Larry? What's up, dude? Ravenscroft, I did like. Well, Sound of Freedom was extraordinary. Yeah, that's true. Putin, that's true about Godzilla of -1. At least it had a good run over here. Now, Godzilla X Kong. I just hope it's fun because it's. I actually like. I kind of liked that last one. It was dopey, silly fun when the humans weren't taking up too much space. But the monster stuff was kind of cool. Didn't get into the humans that much, but it never did. The only time I was blown away by the human story in any Godzilla movie was Godzilla +1. I mean, usually the humans are just a nuisance to be stepped on. That was a very human movie about with Godzilla. Godzilla was just extraordinary. Extraordinary. It's absolutely extraordinary. Oh my goodness. Oh my word. King of the Monsters is my fave because Rodan blew over a whole city in Mayan Monster Zero. King of the Monsters. That was the one before the last Godzilla Kong film, right? I think I know what. Yeah, Putin's got to like that one. So yeah, I like that one. I thought that was pretty good. I didn't really like the one before it though. The one was what was it, like 2014 or whatever. The one where everyone kind of rightfully bitched that Bryan Cranston was in it for 5 minutes and got killed in the beginning. I didn't care much for that one too much. It was all right, but it's 8. But I couldn't stand Shin Godzilla, and a lot of people love that one. So, but I don't. I just there's no bother explaining it to me because I just can't get into it. Yeah, it was like Putin's cat. That other one, the one with Bryan Cranston that got killed, 2014. That was like watching. It was like a stupid found footage movie in a sense. It was like watching Fox News or something. We're showing reports of Godzilla. A lot of they weren't really showing a lot of Godzilla action. They were cheating by showing like news reports of Godzilla action. If you notice that. I've heard about. I've heard a little bit about Cabrini Penny, but I don't know anything much about it. But I've heard it's Glenn Buck. Was it Glenn Beck is really in love with it, and people are very much praising it. Yes, it's the two from. It's the guy he played Kick Ass and he played Quicksilver, and now he's playing Craven the Hunter. Something Aaron Taylor Johnson, and of course Elizabeth Olsen. Yes. I agree by nature. That's true. I understand what you're saying. I hear you. So, yeah, that movie, I don't know, man. Just didn't do it for me. D-Bud. What's up, bro? So, yeah, I just couldn't. Like I said, there may be something else new that I watched that's eludes me at the moment. What's up? 1701 text, bro. What's up, bro? I hope I see you soon. Saturday. Saturday Night Truth, Saturday Night Star Trek False. Well, it's not Saturday night, it's Wednesday night anyway. Do that on Saturday night. Oh my goodness. You just can't win with anybody, can you? We're covering it all. It's except the filth. First Godzilla was right on the edge of the Japanese earthquake, and so I kind of soured on seeing it. You talk about the 1954 version, Putin's dog? Just kidding. I know it's Putin's cat. I'm just teasing you, buddy. So, yeah, Google, Googly Godzilla. Oh, that one. Yeah. I got you, Putin. Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, only thing cool about that movie was the old scientist played by that actor who came back for King of the Monsters, and they killed him, didn't they? But he was kind of cool. He's the guy that stood there when when they said they were trying to, what are they going to do about the monsters? And he says, "Let them fight." That's the best part of the movie. What do we should do? What will she do? Smart guy, professor dude, and he goes, "Let them fight." Yeah, that was the best part of a not so good movie. Well, yeah, Watanabe. Thank you. Yeah, he should be in. Yeah, I guess you think he would be in Shogun. That's what you're saying, right? Maybe he is. Is Shogun over, or you've seen it all, or whatever? It was a mini series, right, or what? Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to Cobra Kai, but there's something. We're not going to get Reacher back anytime soon, I guess. There's got to be. No, I do have. I've done some hate watching lately. Watch some shows that I hate that I watch to trash them, but I can't say there's anything other than the ones I just mentioned. I just don't really like new stuff that much. 4 episodes in, I believe they finished the book this season. Will be more. Who knows? Gotcha. Oh, Shogun's Weekly. How many of you are going to actually bother to watch X-Men 97? Holy shit. I guess you all heard. I mean, I don't know if you were all keeping up with the story. We talked about a little last night on Midnight's Edge After Dark. That's going to be a train wreck. I mean, it's going to be woke filth. That X-Men cartoon from the 90s. Again, here's basically, and who knows, since it's coming out next week, maybe I'll go back and brush up on a little of it, because about a year or two ago, roughly, indeed, Loki, and it will burn in the fires of mediocrity. I went back and binged the original cartoon. See, back in the 90s when that first came on, first of all, I had already dumped the X-Men as a comic. I'd stopped reading them for quite some time. But when the cartoon came on, of course, again, I was 30. I was working all the time. Saturday mornings, I was at work all the time. I think it was, but I got to see it Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon, whenever it was on. I didn't get. I got to see it once in a while. I thought, but what made me not really want to record it and watch it, because after the first couple of episodes, was the lineup. And I bitched about this before. I don't like the lineup. I mean, I get enough ridicule for having Cyclops as my favorite X-Men. So it does have Cyclops. It's got Jean Grey. What? Ugh. Just call her Phoenix or Marvel Girl. Ugh. Yeah, it's gonna be Disney Plus, Disney minus. Yeah. So, but it has stupid ass Jubilee and Gambit. I don't mind the rest of the group's solid. Cyclops, Storm, Beast, Jean, Rogue, even it's fine. Wolverine, of course. You can't be without Wolverine ever. God forbid. So, but I'm sorry, everyone. At that point, I hate Gambit and I hate Jubilee. They're annoying. They suck. Why not? How can it not be Nightcrawler and Colossus? I know in the regular book at that point they weren't in it as much, but that's not why they did that. Gambit will always be my favorite because of the show. Okay, that's cool. Rated by Nature. We don't have to agree on that. A lot of people see. One of the things about Gambit that I did not like was his accent. See, I lived down in New Orleans, and I hated they had that guy doing a stereotypical accent. Shall you know what I mean? I just didn't like. That was just got on my nerves. But did Ravenscroft say something? I saw a text respond to something Raven said, and I can't find what Raven said. So Reba McEntire to be Rogue. J.T. Kirk was the man. That was the big man. With an eye like an eagle and as tall as a mountain was he. What's up, J.T., buddy? Joe Dog, what's up, buddy? All right, man. Good to see you guys. So I didn't like the lineup, so I didn't watch it much. And I love. Everyone loves that theme song's fantastic. It's iconic. And the opening, animated to that opening segment's beautiful. It's great. Picasso, Picasso, Picasso. You're my kind of town. So, a couple years back, after only seeing it sporadically before in the 90s, I went back. Yes, see, I have, because of my daughter has Disney Plus, I have access to the codes. I would never subscribe myself, but I got to admit, I'll watch stuff on there sometimes I don't know. I'm a bad person. What can I tell you? JT Kirk says, great to see you, sir. Doing all right. Pleasure being with you. The other night on celebrating Mrs. Dadman's big day. Oh yeah, that was on Mark's stream. I didn't get a chance to be on her stream, unfortunately, but I hope she had a great birthday. So, and my thoughts basically, there were some fun ones, just too much Gambit and Jubilee for me. I mean, it should have been Kitty Pryde and and at least Colossus. They had way too little Colossus and Nightcrawler on that show. They spent way too much time with freaking Bishop and Cable, and there were some good ones. I mean, I really don't like the way they handled the Dark Phoenix saga. There was some that was really screwed up, and the Hellfire Club stuff. They really, I mean, it's still a fun show. It's fine, but then the last season, I think it was maybe the last two, but for sure the last season at least. I'd have to go back and check. The last season, they went to some cut rate animation company, apparently, because the animation was garbage. I mean, it was garbage. It was sucking. Terrible. I mean, it's a serious drop in quality in the animation for the last season. And the stories were stupid. I think the second last season or something like that. Fox gave them no money, and they shopped it to. Yeah, I mean, figured that. Yeah, and this is terrible. I think they had one episode like in a season, one of the later seasons that was pretty good about Captain America. That was Wolverine. That was kind of cool. Yeah, I mean, look, Disney Plus is crap. They got some good stuff on there for sure. They got some good cartoons on there that I watch sometimes. But anyway, this new one's going to be a train wreck. And they've already let the cat out of the bag. Way back when they first announced it, really. Crossover episodes with Spider-Man was good. Yeah, David Warner voiced the villain. Yeah, the Spidey episode was cool. Let's see, were they were on each other's cartoons, I believe. Look, Spider-Man's got the same problem. The last couple seasons of that had some real horrible episodes of the Spider-Man show. And I like the Spider-Man show, but no. Fantastic second season, the Fantastic Four one was the best. Hulk show had some good ones, and then it was, all those shows. I didn't like the Iron Man one much, and I tried both seasons. Even the second season didn't have anything all that good in it. But anyway, be that as it may, or may not. This new one, X-Men 97, is going to be a total. I mean, I remember when they first announced it, it was still present day, so you got to be. But what a nice idea to do that. And I thought at first when they were talking about this that Larry Houston was going to be involved. Like, whoa, Larry Houston. I mean, this is a guy that did second season of FF. He worked on Spider-Man and X-Men cartoon and back then. Silver Surfer cartoon was greatness. So maybe this might be pretty good. Well. So they've talked a lot about they released a trailer a couple of weeks back, and it's very DEI. And then yesterday, or day before, whatever it was, a week before this thing's going to be released next week. The premiere was yesterday. I think the premiere was yesterday, where they had a Hollywood premiere where they showed a couple of episodes. The thing's being released next week. They fired this showrunner or the guy, the main show producer, writer, whatever he was. And we don't exactly know why. There's a lot of speculation out there. Well, why would you do that right then? Look, he said, Peter married Mary Jane, but it's not Mary Jane, but Mary Jane may come back or may not, but Mary Jane, Fox, Spider-Man, yeah, that was awful. I'm not sure what I hated the most. That was really stupid. She was a water clone or some kind of horse shit. Or she was hanging. I mean, she had that story with her and Hydro Man was moronic. Some of the episodes of that show were so bad. They had one. I don't know if you remember in the early episodes that were kind of pretty good. They had sort of off versions of the Sinister Six. I don't know if it's a Me Too thing or not, man. It could be anything. But the Sinister Six. And they didn't have Electro in the Sinister Six, which was kind of strange. I think you might be a little back in time. I think Texas rewound a little bit. But good. I'm glad you're here, bro. It says Voyager ain't Star Trek. He's having a conversation from about 30 minutes ago. That's all right, though. Okay, so been in a stressful mood today. I freaking hate Robert De Niro, says Joe Dog. Well, who doesn't these days, right? So they had this story where Electro shows up. This is one of the late seasons. All of a sudden, and they treat him like he's Galactus. They treated it was mind-boggling. It couldn't have been Larry Houston involved because he knows comics. Yeah, but it's fine. Yeah, but they did use Electro later, though, Read by Nature. And when they used him, He was a worldwide threat. He was like a whole, the whole threat. They were treating him like he was Galactus, and the whole world was scared of him, and the whole world was like worried about his demands because he's Electro. But like, he's not Galactus. He's not even Doctor Doom. He's nothing. Spider-Man kicks his ass all the time. Yeah, that was curious why Sandman was never on there. I guess because of the DC had a Sandman character at the time that was big. Oh yeah, they made him related to Chameleon, right? Did they? Oh, I forgot that. Did they? Wow. Anyway, it was really asinine. But what was worse than that was what they did to Captain America. Man, I tell you what they Duke Leto Atreides, what they did to Captain America on that cartoon. Oh my God in heaven! I mean, somebody needed their arse kicked into the dirt for that. Man, oh man! I don't know if any of you remember that cartoon, the Spider-Man 90s cartoon, which Nick and I did a show about, I believe. What they did to Captain America is mind-boggling. Because for those who don't remember, after he takes the super soldier serum, I'm trying to remember exactly. He gets in this fight right after it. I mean, he just puts on the costume, what have you. And his first fight is with the Red Skull, and they end up in some machine that takes them out of time. And then he ends up in 1998 or whatever. In other words, Captain America was never Captain America in the war or any of that stuff. I mean, it is so damn stupid. Good God. For a 90, like for something like for like 50 something years or whatever. But it wasn't like a malleable timeline thing. They just he ends up jumping into the future, like in the late 90s from the 40s, which was, hey, your Muslim uncle, what's up, buddy? No, I'm talking about the 90s Spider-Man cartoon, Ravenscroft, on Fox, which some of it was pretty good, but what they did to Captain America was so stupid. It was like, oh my God. And so he ends up in the future. It was asinine. But anyway, so Disney fired this dude who was the main writer of this new X-Men cartoon. And the trailer is cringy. Boy, is it bad. That is going to be a shit show. Well, I did. I mean, I like the show. I like the Spidey show too, your Muslim uncle. But I'm sorry, I went back and watched it again a year or two ago, and it had some bad stuff on it. But I still like it. I prefer the 3 previous Spider-Man cartoons, starting with 67, says could not be reached. I do too. In fact, the 67 Spider-Man cartoon is the ultimate. Not just because I'm biased towards how great the theme song is too. Although, the theme for the Spider-Man Fox cartoon is pretty cool too. Spider power, radio, power. It's pretty cool. And actually, now Spectacular Spider-Man, I got dragged kicking and screaming. My son insisted that I watch it. The stories are pretty good. I still can't I can't fall in love with that animation style, that art design. The song, I mean, after a while, I guess I can get into it okay. So Oliver Billamonte, what's up, buddy? He says, commenting on a previous comment you posted on the screen, bro. Okay, I got you. I thought you were. Sometimes you get rewound in the stream, and someone. Anyway, that happens sometimes, and I get confused because someone's mentioning something that I was talking about like 20 minutes ago. So I never, it happens sometimes. I do it, but I go watch streams sometimes, and I forget to look over that I've got the thing. I don't have it concurrent with I don't have it. It's live, but it's wound back a little bit because I did something to it, or So, Zacharot, what's up, buddy? Oliver says, Clobby, if the Avengers were done right in the late 70s, do you think actor Burt Reynolds as Iron Man, Lou Ferrigno as Hulk, Arnold Schwarzenegger as Thor, and Robert Redford as Captain America suits you? In a movie or something, I guess, on a TV show movie. Yeah, I guess so. I guess that would work. I put it to you like this, Oliver. Having been there, we'd have been over the moon about it. Any movie we would get, we'd have been going nuts over any movie. I can tell you that much. With no CGI, it'd be tough to pull up the Hulk, but at least to satisfy our comic geekness. Oh, yeah, the Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon was garbage, in my opinion, Joe Dog. I'm with you. '90s tune theme was from Aerosmith's lead guitar. There you go. Your Muslim uncle says the French version of 67 Spidey is awesome. The cartoon that came out right before Spider-Man and his amazing zoo crew, Friends, was well drawn and great stories, only available on D+. Yes. I remember that. Was weird because not a lot of people remember that one because it just kind of went by so quickly. But thank you. Good to see you, Muslim uncle. Peace be on you. Maybe DeMaio just got canned because the product was bad. I mean, to see his credits, nothing special. Yeah, he sucks, but if that were true, well, here's the thing about that. That might be true. And could not be reached as referring to the showrunner. Hey, Fanty. On X-Men 97 getting fired. Simply Steve. What's up, buddy? But if he got fired because he sucks, that they saw the product and said, this is shite, and they're all complaining about it already. You're fired. What? How come that didn't happen on every other thing? I mean, they would have, by that metric, they should have done it to every single thing they've come out since Endgame, or maybe since Went Away Home at least. They should have, especially on there. Let's just say, we'll keep it to D+. Every D+ movie's a TV show was terrible. I know I watched them all. Okay, I'm an idiot. I admit it. I watched almost all of them. I didn't watch Miss Marvel. So, and I watched enough of. I only watched so much of What If and maybe Sick. No, he's not a white male of over 40. He happens to be a black gay gentleman. That's what's so puzzling. So if they fired a black gay gentleman, Disney, something happened. We don't know yet. But he was the one, he was bragging about he got the job because the producers, because Kevin Feige noticed that he was a black gay gentleman. So, I mean, by that metric, they should have fired the idiots who make She-Hulk, Hawkeye, Falcon and Winter Soldier, and WandaVision, Moon Knight, Loki, all those shitty shows. But no, this guy gets the boot. He must have did something bad. And I don't mean the show. The show's going to be bad, of course. But when does that ever stop Disney? I really loved Claremont's X-Men, but sometimes I think the insane focus on them in the 80s and 90s really was a negative for Marvel. That's a good point. They let other worthy characters wither on the vine. Well, they were huge. They were huge. They were big. People liked them. Ravenscroft. I've always been of that school as well. But the X-Men, you mean some people didn't love She-Hulk? Wow, just wow, says Duke. Yeah. Maybe he pulled a Kevin Spacey, says Putin. He did something. He had to do something. Hey, what's up? Flay Day. Oh no, he was changing characters. Look, they were taking they took characters on that cartoon and switched. In other words, actors on that who were previously in the old cartoon, for example, see, I can remember how to say this. They did. There were people. There were because the world wasn't completely insane in the 90s. A voice actor was a voice actor that could do the voice of any character because they weren't on camera. I forget the guy's name, Fanty. He's like the showrunner or something. Someone said his name, DeMaio or whatever. But yeah, he was basically one of the head writers. He's the main writer of the cartoon, of the X-Men 97 cartoon. It's coming out next week. So they hired some of, like, for example, there was a white lady who was doing the voice of Hey RT and Z, of one of Storm, maybe, is that what it was? And they won't let her do it now. Yeah, the guy isn't written much other than the X-Men cartoon. He wrote an episode of Moon Knight. That should tell you how bad he is. X-Men peaked in 1979 and 80, says RR, with Dark Phoenix, and have coasted ever since. True dat. I agree. At least the 80s run had a few decent artists. Romita Jr. hadn't turned complete crap yet. I don't know. I thought he was kind of getting there at that point, but I hear you. I stopped X-Men in 1990, no regrets. I stopped around 1983 or 4. I did like the Paul. I liked Paul Smith. Oh, okay. She voiced Jubilee. Thank you. Oh yes, she voiced Jubilee, and I didn't even know this, by the way. I hate Jubilee anyway. She happened to be a white lady, and Jubilee is Asian. Which look. Did anyone? If you did, maybe you read the comics and knew she was Asian from that. I didn't read her in the comics. I was already off the book at the time. So when I saw her in the cartoon, I had no idea she was supposed to be Asian. Not that it should matter. So they wouldn't let a white woman voice her. Bo DeMaio, that was his name? Okay. So that should tell you what a bunch of morons are calling the shots at Disney. So, I don't know. I stopped collecting X-Files around 96 after the amalgam with DC and the Onslaught story arc, says Simply Steve. Yeah, well, that's a good time to drop it. I liked Paul Smith, though. Yeah. I liked Barry Windsor-Smith's few issues he did. Putin's cat, I think she was an Asian American. I think so. But she was Asian. Let's see. It's not obvious. Let's see. It's not obvious, but in the cartoon, the Sentinel identifier as a Chinese American. Okay. Again, I watched the cartoon. I guess I didn't catch that, but I watched it again recently and I didn't see that. So just looking at her, I just didn't know and didn't care because I don't like these idiots at Disney. I don't try this. My first thing, I don't care what anyone's ethnicity is. I don't judge people by that the way they do, because at Disney, people are apparently a bunch of bigots. How you like that, Disney? Just read Graham Nolan's catalog of comics from Compass in the last 2 weeks. Just read catalog of comics from Compass in the last 2 weeks. I thought they were all great. Okay. So he's got some comics. Is Compass his group, his crowdfunded Flay Day, or is it some other company? There was a Gen X live action where they cast her as white. Okay. Really? Okay. Ming Na Wen and Tamlin Tomita have no accent. Tamlin was in Karate Kid too, yes. With an accent. She was also on Babylon 5, wasn't she? Let's see. I care what yours is, Clobberin Times. If you're purple, I'm out. No, I'm orange. I'm orange rocks, dude. I rock orange and clobber. I'm going to be so pissed when the new Spider-Man animated series comes out. I'm a huge Spider-Man. Oh, they got another one coming out. Holy crap. Really? Aren't they doing one now? I mean, I thought they had one out right now. Like for, like the new kitty one or something. I don't know. Well, yeah, they're all kitties in some way. Oliver says if a Green Lantern movie was done in the late 70s, I would want it Harrison Ford as Hal Jordan, while British actor David Niven can play Sinestro. Niven was getting a bit old even then, but yeah, good one. Never bad casting with either one of those. So I can see it. I can see it. Niven was probably getting pretty old for Sinestro at that point, but sure, he can do it. Oh, yeah, it's his own company. Okay, well, Graham Nolan's a stand-up dude, an excellent artist, so that's cool. Glad to hear it. I'm glad you like it. But yeah, so this X-Men cartoon, it's going to be a disaster, and I can't help. I got to admit, I can't help but watch. I'm going to watch the first ones. I mean, the curiosity will get the better of me. I know it. I'm going to be I'm going to be an imbecile, and I'm going to watch that crap. None of the people in Kung Fu Panda 4 have real accents, says Putin. Okay, well, yeah. So, it won't be an actual review, but I'll just talk about it. I think it's going to come on like Wednesdays or next Wednesday. James Hong. Oh, yeah, he's cool. Well, I like his acting. Anyway. So, just, yeah, I don't know what's going to happen. Said, did you say you cleared X-Men from the 90s just so you could watch 97? That's pretty awesome. What did I say? I cleared X-Men from the 90s. Cleared. When cleared? How do you mean, your Muslim uncle? You may have mistyped and typed or something. The voice actors in Kung Fu Panda aren't real animals either. Oh my goodness. Wouldn't that be culpable? Yes, that's right. They didn't have animals voicing animals. They didn't get real pandas to do the voices. That's wasicist. That's wastist. Well, waste wasicist. That's a bigotry. That's bigotry. That sounds weird ways to say that. Cleared meaning watched it all. So no problem. Brain and brain. What is brain? So, you mean this?
Brain and brain. What is brain?
So, yeah. Well, no, it was about 2 years ago. I just for the hell of it. It's not because of X-Men '97. In fact, I went and watched this right before I saw the announcement. It was right around the time they announced it. I just, I like I was talking about earlier. I don't watch new stuff, and so every now and then I'll get in the pickle and run out of something that I'll go watch something old and binge it, and then when it's done, I'm like, oh man, what am I going to watch now? And so at that point, I was in a cartoon frenzy. I was watching old cartoons, and I'm still every now and then I got to go watch my old cartoons again, and I mean superhero cartoons. But I mean others too. I mean, I love other ones, but I'm saying I love me some superhero cartoons. So at that time, I just thought I'd always kind of wanted to watch it, So I did. Let's see. Fanty says, looks like the X-Men 97 creator, as they're calling him. Yeah, they call him a creator. That was so stupid. He didn't create the anyway. Has a spicy O-fans page. That was a bridge too far for Disney, not the fact that everything else is not. You know what I learned the other night, by the way? This is wild. He had a oops, sorry. Yes, they said something about he has a Lonely Fans page. But it's just something to do with like it's just nothing to do with, nothing overtly, like nothing prawn. I mean nothing dirty, I guess. And then I learned that, that Lonely Fans has pages for like old ladies doing cooking and stuff and other like fans of other stuff. I'd only ever heard of it being a site with, chicks showing themselves or what, basically, to put it in delicately. And I guess it makes sense. It means it would be dudes too. All right, bro. Tex, be seeing you, buddy. Be seeing you. Hope you're going to be there Saturday, man. I think we're hanging Saturday, aren't we? Anyway, so for one, I always thought it was just a site with when you look at chicks and stuff, and then you pay to look at women like an online strip joint or whatever. And pornbo. But no, apparently it's used for other things. Who knew? Bob, if Gene Hackman was cast as Lex Luthor in the Superman movie, would Greek American actor Telly Savalas fit the bill as Lex? If he wasn't, you mean? No, I don't think so. Personally, I wouldn't. Just because he's bald, no. Yul Brynner was bald, and I don't know if he would have been right for Lex Luthor either. But he's a great actor. Now, personally, I don't know if Hey, Penny, have a good night, my dear. Thank you for being here, Oliver. I don't think I would look for. Now, I will tell you. You may or may not know this. The original script that the Salkinds paid Godfather writer Mario Puzo to do for the Superman movie, which was something almost like 300 pages, was have all kind of really stupid, campy shit in it. And they had it was going to be a cameo by Telly Savalas as Kojak. Like if Superman's doing something and he lands near him and he looks over and says, "Who loves you, baby?" Fanty says, as they say, Globby, different strokes for different folks. They do. I don't know what you're applying it to. I don't know what I said that brought that out, but whatever I did, I guess I do agree with it for sure. They're calling it the kids show now. Understand what I'm about to say. See, but I don't disagree. Salty traveling sea. Kojak and that Tootsie Pop. So, but anyway, it's good to see you, Salty. I hope you're doing well, man. So, I mean, how's Purple doing? You guys, are you streaming anymore? I mean, didn't do any streaming now? I'm not home a lot of times on Wednesdays when you do, but let me know if you're streaming anymore. And you got to come hang with me again one of these days too. Well, you don't gotta. I can't force you, but you know what I'm saying. I hope you do. The variety. Oh, okay. The variety. I got you. Well, yeah, but again, I'm nothing against it, Fanny. I'm just saying, I'm all for looking at chicks online. I'm just saying, I thought that Lonely Fans was just for that. And yes, I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm using that for code words because I don't know how many. We have a weird algorithm around here. You got to kind of watch, Plus, the code words are kind of funny. They amuse me. But the Mario Puzo script had a lot of silly git stuff in it. Silly git. What a silly git, eh? What a silly bun. Gotcha. Stream again soon. Well, sir, I hope you do. And I hope I'm around to see it, because I'll definitely pop into the chat. The Thing, Ben Grimm, Reed Richards are two of my favorite Fantastic Four members, says Joe Dog. Yeah, well, Joe Dog, I'll tell you what, on J-Man's channel, remember, after we get done with our Frank Miller Daredevil reviews, remember, April 5th, I believe, is when we start our Fantastic Four reviews. That's going to be fun, buddy. So, looking forward to that. Fanty said, don't let Clobberin fool you. Salted Jones, see, he forced Mark D with a C to watch stuff. I think no, I never forced him to watch anything. He says I forced him, but I don't. Now, he's sure as hell tried to force me to watch stuff. That's for sure. You don't let him deny it either. So, but anyway, what can you do? Anyway, so there you go. That X-Men cartoon is going to be poo-poo crap, but I will watch it and at least the first couple of. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to sit through it, but I'll watch the first few and see what happens. And maybe I'm thinking about, and they're going to have the nerve to get to make the theme sound just like it too. You get all your nostalgia is going to be built up, and then and you know what I watched after I watched that? By the way, a couple years back when I binged it, I was in. I didn't want it to end, even though I was having issues with it. So, did any of you ever watch? Of course, Avengers: Earth Mighty Heroes. Mightiest Heroes is one of the greatest cartoons ever, and it was killed short. Even shorter lived there was a cartoon around that same time called Wolverine and the X-Men, which was some say took place in the same universe as Earth's Mightiest Heroes. Wolverine and the X-Men was actually pretty good. Only 26 episodes. And back when it came out, I didn't have a chance to. I didn't get to see all of them. Mark D. forces Clobby to look at those horrible modern comics. Yeah, he does. Clobby says, Clobber Times, STD show is back in 3 weeks. Are you going to watch it, possibly review it? No. Thursday night? No. I don't watch. You kid, dude, JT Kirk, have you lost your ever-loving mind? You think, number one, you think Raquel would watch that shit? She skins us alive if we would mention it. She goes nuts if we even talk about the filth. And that's one, look, when it comes to the filth, STD, I can't do STD. Because STD has no relation. I watched the first 6 or 8 or whatever it was. Way back when it first started, and I just couldn't do it anymore. Now, by the way, Mark D does watch it. So God have mercy on his soul. But when they do shite like P Hard, I got to admit, because it's characters I'm familiar with from the real Trek, I gotta look at it. So I did watch all of that garbage, and I hated it. It's trash. So is season 3. PR season 3 is a big piece of garbage, arguably worse than the first 2 seasons, but no one listens to me on that. But whatever. And I forced myself to sit through Strangled Dude Worms because it's Pike and it's got Spock and all these characters I love, and there's some sickness in me that makes me sit through that shit. And I hate it. It's not Star Trek. It's hate watching. I admit it fully. And so people say, well, that means you're not being fair. Screw fair. I don't care. They're not being fair when they made that shit. So no, I'm not fair to it. And actually, to be honest, I do try to be fair. in the sense that I'll say, look, do something good, and I'll admit it, even if you, but they don't. And they're trash. They're not capable of it, and it's not real Star Trek. But I got to admit, I sat through all of P Hard, and I do watch Strangled Dude Worms like an idiot. I don't know why. Maybe it's almost fascinating to me to see how screwed a show can be. Bucked up. And whatever, man. But STD is just, there's no point to it. There's no point to any of it. I don't watch Lower Decks or Prodigy or STD, but I'm forced myself to watch P Hard like an idiot. Look, I admit it's stupid. I admit it. And Strangled Dude Worms. Horrible garbage. Not Star Trek, not legit Trek. But number one, Raquel, of course, is way smarter than us because Mark does it too. He watches that. Mark even watches STD. I don't know why. I've teased him about that, but I can't say much because I watch those other ones. But number one will not watch. She won't watch it. To her credit, she won't watch any of it. She watched, I think, back when she gave STD some episodes when it first came out to see it, and then that's it. So, and I think she did. I think she's doing it. But she won't watch this filth, and she gives us, man, she gives us the cold hard stare when we even even when we talk about it, she drives her crazy, and rightly so. You know, so that is exactly how I view it, Ravenscroft. So the intention was never to honor these characters, but to denigrate them and replace them with their version of what they think a hero should be. The only thing I would slightly push back on, not a hero, a character. These people do not believe in heroism, but I'm totally with you on the rest of that. But see, these morons today who make the Marvel movies, or STD, you know, the new horrible, shitty Disney Star Wars, or the shitty fake Trek, anything, and a lot of other things in Hollywood, these Hollywood degenerates don't believe in heroism. They don't respect it. They don't believe in it. These are people that project. They're projectors big time. They project their own inadequacies in everything that they create and draw or whatever and produce and put out there. And they are anti-heroes themselves, which they're not heroes at all, really, but they like anti-heroes because they like moral degeneracy. They don't like it. And again, it'll be interesting to see if one of those degenerates in James Gunn can put that aside. I very much doubt it. And the ultimate Boy Scout, the ultimate hero, good guy, squeaky clean good guy, which is what Superman is supposed to be. We will see if he understands that. He does know it. And so he probably understands it. So I'll put it a different way. We'll see if he respects that. I'm very suspect on that. Very sus on that, as the kids say. Sus. A show based around a Starfleet mutineer trying to redeem herself could have worked, says RR, but they made Burnham a space messiah and ruined Spock to elevate her. Good point. Pike was the only good thing in season 2. I did watch a little bit of that. I don't even think Pike was good. I think Pike had his balls chopped off right then and there and was a big wimp face. I mean, look, Anson Mount is a good actor, but I do get a little tired of people saying how great an actor how great his Pike is. His Pike is a pussweed. And again, so we have a slight difference there, RR, but we don't agree on everything. Pike was a puss and Spock was an idiot and a pussweed. And that's carried over in Strangled and Worms. They're the same as there, but I understand what you're saying. Now, I would say that I don't think a show about a Starfleet mutineer trying to redeem himself would work for me in Star Trek. A show like that would work in other things. In Star Trek, I don't think it fits into the Roddenberry vision. You could have, not that you shouldn't have a flawed character, but I think that's a bridge too far, personally. But in a good show, well written, who knows? You might be right about I watched Worms with my wife. Stopped STD. Only saw one season of Puke Hard. Says your Muslim uncle. There you go. The last 3 minutes and 15 seconds of Stargirl serials series is well worth the watch. And you send me a YouTube. I'm not going to be watching that, Fanty. But thanks anyway. Last 3 minutes and 15 seconds. Well, I can't watch it now. I mean, so what am I supposed to do? I can't do anything with that link now. I'll go look at it later. Ensign Row was a good storyline, not New Trek. True. I agree with that, Salty. Flay says they're lazy and weak and cannot comprehend how hard it is to be a good person. So it's an alien concept to them. Absolutely true. To the point they denigrate the very idea. That is absolutely, I'm so with you on that one. Ravenscroft says they've taken the concept of moral ambiguity and twisted so that any decent and self-sacrificing character is shown as stupid, patronizing, and worst of all, privileged. That is very well made point. Ravenscroft, thank you. I concur. Joe Dog says, have you watched The Gentleman TV show? I don't know that one. I'm afraid I don't know that one, Joe Dog. There were never any Starfleet mutineers. That was clearly stated in TO. Yeah. So it doesn't really work for me. Brian Hepburn, you old space dog. What's up? Boom, 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 boom. So it's not Trek. It's fake Trek, and they love wallowing in this anti-hero crap. And by the way, some anti-heroes are cool. See, I guess I'm just a sucker for heroic fiction. I love it, but nevertheless, I do love Blake Seven. And Blake Seven, that's a show. Knowing myself, it's a show I should hate, but I love it because it's downer. It's got anti-heroes. It does not ridicule heroism, but it shows in a realistic light that some people, in the name of heroism, can become fanatics. It is, but what's great about it is, I love Star Trek so much. Star Trek is where we want to go, or some of us, those who appreciate Gene Roddenberry's vision. And I know I don't care, but people can criticize him all day long, but he had a good vision, great vision. Whether it happens or not remains to be seen. But Star Trek is where we would like to go. Blake Seven is probably where we're headed. Star Trek shows a possible future that we would love to improve humanity. Blake Seven shows that we're probably more likely for it to turn out this way. However, which one is right? We don't know. One that feels more right is Blake Seven, because even though it's 1,000 years in the future, humankind is just a mess. A gigantic portion of it, as in Blake Seven, has turned into a federation that controls its populace by drugs and has a caste system. And there's no freedom for you unless you're born in a certain class. And Blake was born in a privileged class, but he wants to fight against it. And he's a great hero, but he also, he's become something of a fanatic. Alaric Harrowson, good to see you. Alaric Harrison says, hey, so my BS detection is very sensitive. I saw that TFA and STD, is that a Force Awakens and Star Trek Discovery maybe, were pure BS. Well, so did I. And also the new Dune. But it confounds me how so-called fan tolerates any of it. All fans should demand quality shows. Alaric, I'll tell you something about that personally. And it's something I struggle with. Since 2009, when Jar Jar Abrams' filthy reboot trash soiled screens the world over, and Star Trek stopped it breathing and living and became a zombified corpse. And fans just sucked it up. I became really disenchanted with fans. Now, many of my dearest friends are fans. So obviously it's not all fans. We're fans, and we didn't accept it. But a whole lot of people did, and a whole lot of people just sucked it up. And accepted it. And I got in so many fights. That's why I started this show in 2009. So I could talk about the Jar Jar Abrams trash. And I said this a lot, but what you just said, I said it so many times in earnest, not in anger. I tried not to be angry with him. I said, but you love Star Trek. You claim to love it. How can you accept this? Because fundamentally, Star Trek is not supposed to be Star Wars. Star Wars is not stupid. It's smart, but it's also fun, catered to a younger audience in a sense that young boys, Lucas said that himself, it's an adventure everyone can get wrapped up in. It's not supposed to be about, exploring the human condition and science and where we're going as a species. It is supposed to be about fun and adventure and excitement, adventure, and really wild things, like Douglas Adams said. It's supposed to be, and that doesn't mean it's not intelligent. It is, but it's not about, it's at its core, it's not about intelligence. It is about having a good time. And I love Star Wars. But Star Trek is about the very nature of intelligence. And when you take Star Trek and dumb it down, Star Trek is about the nature of intelligence and the human condition, where we're going, all that stuff. And when you take that out of Star Trek and you dumb it down to sell popcorn like they did with the 09 piece of shit, like with Jar Jar Abrams, the Fast and the Furious with spaceships, recasting those characters sucks and will never be right. And when you do that to Star Trek, you damage it beyond repair. Hey, there's Dave C. Good to see you there, buddy. It ceases to be Star Trek. Oh, it's Star Trek in name only, as we called it. We called it Steino, Star Trek in name only. And what I could not understand, at that time, there were a lot of people who were even older than me that were saying, oh, I first started watching Star Trek on television in 1966. I've been a fan ever since. I've been to all the conventions. And I love this movie. It was wonderful. When I heard that, I had to suppress anger and convert it to something that I wouldn't try to say too many mean things. And it turned into sadness and sorrow and confusion. I do not understand. I will not understand. I will never understand how someone who respects, loves, and understands what Star Trek is all about, not that we all agree on every episode or not that every episode is great or any of that stuff, but who understands the core of what Star Trek is about, and yet accepted anything after 09, accepted the piece of shit 2009 movie, the second piece of shit movie, the third piece of shit movie, and all the piece of shit, trash, garbage, filth that has been put forth since by Alex Klutzman. How you can accept 1 millisecond of any of it as legitimate Star Trek, you can do it and people do it. But how you can boggles my mind. If you're someone that cares about what Star Trek is, I can accept a shitty movie like Nemesis. It sucks. A shitty movie like Generations. It sucks. Garbage episodes in any of the series, and think those were screwed up because there's 735 segments. I can take a shitty episode where they got it wrong, because out of 730, you're not going to get it. This is human beings running it. But it still fell under, at least, not necessarily all of Roddenberry, because he passed when the Next Generation was still on, but the people that he bequeathed it to, who didn't always see eye to eye with him and didn't always follow his wishes, at least ran the show until 2005. And there was a lot of bad, but there was a lot of good, especially on Enterprise. It was closer to Roddenberry. And you could, that's the great, you could pick any series you want. I lean more to the original series. I just do. But I actually do love Enterprise a lot, which is weird to some people. But anything after 09, if you call yourself a Trek fan and you accept it or like it, you can. By the way, I don't hate you as a human being. I'm not angry with you. Not that you should care if I'm angry with you or not. But I don't understand you. I question. I think maybe you're in. Maybe it's just that what you want out of Star Trek isn't the exact same things that I wanted out of Star Trek. I guess, which is, by the way, that's fine. But it kind of it bums me out a little bit. I got to be honest with you. It bums me out a little bit. So let me backtrack here and see if anyone, I want to respond to some of the stuff that's being said. If there's anything. Ravenscroft says the difference is that B7 was its own little world. Yes. Where everyone was on a moral spectrum and the viewer is tasked to find true morality. They don't tear down established heroes. No, they don't. But they're also offering, I think Terry Nation is offering a counterpoint to Star Trek brilliantly, because he's saying, look, it's nice to hope we go in the Star Trek direction as a species, the human condition. But if we don't, this is where we're going. Blake 7 is where we're going. And I love the show, but we don't want that future. It's very Orwellian. Blake 7 is where we're headed with the woke Star Trek is where we go if we dump those dumb arses. Says, yeah, that's exactly right, Fanty. And that's true. No. Well, Avon does not like heroes, and he calls Blake a hero. He does scoff at it. But and then Blake does crazy things sometimes. But and so does Tarrant. But they don't denigrate heroes. They just show that how hopeless things are. And that I don't think they denigrate heroes either, Ravenscroft, but they scoff at it sometimes to show that people are going to lose faith in heroes. They're doing it for a reason. They're not doing it the same way Hollywood degenerates do it in modern culture. On Blake 7, they're doing it to show that in that time, it's very difficult to believe in anything. People believe in guys like Blake, unless you're that close to him, like Avon and the others are, who see him as a human being and see him with all the flaws. But people all over the galaxy, Blake, this guy Blake, he was once a great leader. Now he's back saying that the Federation tried to use him, and he's got a super-powered spaceship. And they believe in him. Like Avon says, they will follow them. They said they will follow him, and he will fight to the last drop of their blood. So, Blake is a fanatic for sure. But it doesn't denigrate heroism. It shows how, I think it shows how heroism will become something of a rare commodity, if you will. I mean, Avon says flat out, I never could stand heroes. So, and he said, what else he said to Blake? He says, when Villas points out in that great Robert Holmes script that Avon was about to do something death-defying, he goes, but that is self-interest. We need that, Crystal. Blake sometimes takes chances for other people, sometimes people he doesn't even know. One day, that great big bleeding heart of his is going to get us all killed. And then to which Villa said, unless someone ditches him first. Ravenscroft said, I'd argue that the Situation Federation is the real bad guy. Oh, absolutely they're the bad guy. As imperfect as Blake and Avon are, I'd argue they become heroes to varying degrees, and we identify with them. I agree with that. But Avon doesn't want to be called a hero. Let's see what else we got. Oliver Belamonte says, I'm back to chat up, everyone, so I can see. I don't want to miss everything. He says, with the Shang-Chi sequel coming out, I can't believe that. I saw that. Come on. In 2026. Yeah, I believe it when I see it. I somehow can't understand the presence of Iron Fist in the sequel. Is he in that? And yet I'm not expecting actor Finn Jones to reprise his role. So Oliver, I haven't seen the whole thing. Are you saying that Iron Fist is going to be in Shang-Chi with that shitty Shang-Chi? What's his name? Simu Lee or whatever? Good God, don't make another one of those turkeys. God, I hated that movie. I really hated the Shang-Chi. Fanny says, I was impressed by the fact Doomcock and others could slog through that garbage. I couldn't finish episode 1 of STD. I've only watched clips. It's the most I can tolerate of the stupid. Fanty, you're better off and you're smarter than the rest of us, that's for sure. Fleddy says, I just finished read most of all the Iron Man solo content from 1963 to 2005. Wow, nice. And I've come to the conclusion that it's best to end the character storyline with honor and integrity versus skin sweet retcon. Oh, wow. Because I imagine it gets pretty bad after in the late 90s, didn't it? I stopped around the early 90s with Iron Man. But, that's pretty cool that you did the deep dive going back to the beginning. I should do that. I would like to do that. And I might. We're doing Fantastic Four next. But so that's great that you did that, though. Good to see you, Dave C. Shooting Scott says Alzheimer's. Yeah, I do have that probably, yeah. I don't know if you're talking to me, but I see you wrote that word in there, and I probably have it. Fanty says, I saw Jar Jar Abrams' filth-infested, maggoting garbage Drek as a popcorn imagining of Star Trek, of Drek, with a cartoonist version of Kirk Boy, that's what he was called. Kirk was never a dumb arse in 4 or 5. Yeah, I mean, yeah. In 4 or 5, one he'd win is use his brain, not let them use his. Yeah, I mean, look, it was total trash. He was not Kirk. Kirk Boy. Kirk, dumb frat boy is Kirk. When I first tried to watch Discovery's STD, says Dave, see, I immediately turned it off when they showed the Klingons, the Klingorks, and never looked back. A smart gentleman you are. Could not be reached. Says Into Dumbness was the worst. I don't know. It was at least, yeah, but it was funny. It was so bad it was funny. I mean, first one's painful. I actually hate the first one the most for various complicated reasons that I will spare you from tonight. Hey, Don Ranger Power. What's up, buddy? He says, hope everyone is well despite the Austin St. John controversy. I don't know what that is. I have enjoyed him as Jason Scott in the Power Rangers, but I was a bit disappointed in him after his Schittler reference in his upcoming Warrior clothing line. Did he make a reference to Adolf Schittler? Wow. Could not be reached. Says, even the Star Trek animated series was less of a cartoon than yeah, I love the animated series, but yeah, I hear you. You're right, buddy. Hey, Matthew Pounder. What's up, bud? Welcome. Welcome, sir. Read by Nature says, Into Dumbness was terrible, but I liked Peter Weller's performance. Well, I'm a Peter Weller fan, but I can't get into him even in it. He says, I was hopeful for Beyond because Simon Pegg was promising he'd make it more like Trek, but it's the worst one. I tell you, it's pretty bad, but it's, you should have been hopeful. I mean, because these people, it's not real Star Trek, but I hear you. It was awful. They're all awful. They're all filth. In B7, Avon knows, says Fanty, that in the situation they are in, heroism will get a lot of people killed, whereas Avon just wants to survive and thrive as a very rich man. Yes, he does. That's what makes Avon so cool. I love him, and he's like a Han Solo type man, a thinking man's Han Solo is what he is. He's an anti-hero. Good night, Flay. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Let's see. Bob. I'm on earlier tonight. This is my usual time, buddy. Now, Saturday night we were an hour later, but yeah. No, I'm at my usual time, brother. Let's see. It was Hardware Wars with a budget and not written nearly as well. I'm not sure what you're referring to, but I probably agree. I'd probably agree. Don Ranger, sorry. Says, me too. It's my third Golden Age overall Star Trek show. Great score by the late Ray Ellis as well, referring to, and 73 animated. Yeah, I love it. Yep. I need to go watch some. Hey, Cinema Gulp, what is up? What is up with you? See your message. Where did you send the message to, Cinema Gulp? Because I was on a show earlier and I thought I saw a message from somewhere. Was it on email? Where was that message sent, Cinema Gulp? Let me know. Oh, Facebook fan chat. I went looking because I saw a notification. Something popped up on my Facebook thingy. But I can't find it. Send another one. Maybe it'll send me another notation. And I'll be able to find it because I can't. I'm looking at my what is a fan chat? Is it like a normal chat? I don't see it in my normal chat thingy. You don't use Twitter, or do you use Twitter? Do you use Twitter, Cinema Gulp? We'll find a way for you to send me something. Let's see. Avon finding out about Anna. Oh, Anna Grunt. Oh, don't spoil her. Whoop. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Well, yeah, we're not that close to that episode yet. Ravenscross says, I always thought that Blake tried to bring out the hero in Avon, and Avon desperately did not want to be a hero to be brought, didn't want the hero to be brought out because it was too painful. Yeah, look, they live in a different society in Blake 7. They live in a desperate time where you can't trust anybody. It's very downbeat. And heroism is not as clear cut. They live in a time when it's not as easy to be a hero. Look, Blake's a hero, but he's also a fanatic. And Avon's right to point that out. I only said it name. I know you didn't give it away, Fanty. I'm just messing with you, dude. It's fine. Anna Grant. Her name was Anna Grant. I love that episode. That's the top, way up there. In fact, it's so nice. I know. I got you, dude. Or you're good. You're good, Fanty. Oh my goodness. So, what else is going on with the bad selves out there on a nice Wednesday night? Man, oh man. What year was Blake 7 set in? It was, all I know for sure, it was 1,000 years in the future. Matthew, according to the show, pretty much. However, sounds like a lot. He will fight to the last drop of their blood. Idealism is a wonderful thing. You only needed someone rational to put it to proper use. Avon from the episode Blake, of course. Minimusness is here. They're both right and they are both wrong. If that makes sense. Yes, yeah, Ravenscroft, absolutely. R says, Shogun, Clobby, you won't regret it. Well, as I was talking, I don't know if you were here earlier, RR, but I don't watch new stuff. I'm very anti-new stuff. And I've never watched the old Shogun with Richard Chamberlain. That was a big, sprawling epic of television, a TV miniseries of the day. And I remember seeing all the commercials, and I just never watched it. But I don't even know what streaming service it's on, but I don't watch new stuff. I mean, look, I hear it's good, so you're liking it, is what you're saying. Thank God her name wasn't Martha Grant. Martha, yep. Why did you say that name? Avon and the last episode was Avon versus Blake. And it can be a big fight, and because why did you say that name? So Donda says, I plan to give the new Shogun a try at some point, yet I was watching bits of the 1980 NBC miniseries version, the one produced by what was then a Paramount Network of television on CBS Studios. Ah, okay, gotcha. I got you, Richard Chamberlain. I never watched he did it before, so. Watch the old Shogun, then Clobby. Totally worth your time. I saw it in 1980. Really enjoyable. Book is amazing too. Gotcha. Sounds a little too mature for me, but you never know. I might. Can't be having maturity around here for me. I mean, there ain't no spaceships or superheroes in it, are there? I got to have my spaceships and superheroes. I'm 12. Dad Man and the Dead Man Clan. What's up, dude? Hey, Ravenscroft, you heading out? Thanks for being here. I do appreciate you. Yes, tomorrow night, Pressure Point. Oh my God, you got to be here with me, Ravenscroft. We've got to hold Raquel's hand. She's going to be a basket case. Yes, Dad Man, I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid. Oh my God, there are no more Toys R Us. You know, they still have Toys R Us in Canada, but we don't. What's up with that, my Canadian friends? Why do you have Toys R Us and we don't? It's not fair. It's not fire. It's not fire. Well, now Shogun Warriors I can get behind. That's what I want. I don't know, Dad Man, why they should have them. We shouldn't. It's not fair. So Macy's have Toys R Us sections. Really, Fandy? Weird. I did not know that. Well, that is wild, weird stuff. That is wild. Doc, Ed, did you know that? Did you know that there were Toys R Us sections at Macy's? Yeah, it's all Chris Purser's fault. Why are you hogging all the Toys R Us, Chris? Oh, dear. But now, Chris, I don't know if you have them, but that's according to J-Man. He says they have... he says you guys have Toys R Us up there. At least where he lives. I don't know if you got them or not. But we lost ours. Oliver says, with superhero fatigue as the reason of the movie flops, Marvel Disney CEO Bob Iger will decide what films Marvel and Disney should be released. Yeah, there you go. There's a guy we can rely on, huh? Bob Iger. Guy knows his superheroes. Yeah. He probably still thinks they have. He probably thinks they make Batman and Superman. He said, "Hey, how'd our new Batman movie going out there? We're not making Batman, Bob." Oh, okay. What about the Hulk? Can you make him? No, not really. We haven't, but I saw him in those Avengers movies. Yeah, he was in those Avengers movies, Bob. But we can't make movies with him, about him or anything. Chris says it's simple, Clobby. It's because of all the maple syrup. It made Toys R Us to close fully. I'll take it. Empress NM. I think the end of Toys R Us was Disney's doing. I don't know. I don't know. Toys R Us plans open 24 stores in 2024 plus airport and cruise ship shops. Oh, okay. So they're still hanging in there. Well, that's good. RR says, really looking forward to this week's Miller Daredevil stream, Clobby. Oh, thanks. J-Man and Decepticon. Anyone here who loves comics and isn't watching them, you are missing out. Well, that is very kind of you to say that, R. We're having a blast doing that. And I'll be sad that we're done with that, but when we get on FF, man, we're going to do four issues a week, and it's going to be fun. That's going to be something. FF, all the Kirby FF. Oh, my goodness. We have a great time doing Legion. We have a great time doing Bob Haney's comics, and we have a great time doing Daredevil. And, man, when we get on FF, dude, it's just so much fun reviewing these comics. I have a blast. But in the meantime, oh, yeah, could not be reached. That's true. We talked about that as well. All right. The Batman Part 2 Electric Boogaloo is delayed to 2026. Let me tell you something. That's the reports are saying that it's delayed to 2026. You know what it's really delayed to? There's this little thing called Hell, and when it freezes over, that's when it's really delayed to. There will not be a Batman number 2. Well, it'll be number 2, all right. A The Batman Part 2. Electric anything. Will I be covering Challenges of the Unknown? Yeah, who knows? One day I might do that, Matthew. You never know, man. There will not be, I repeat, there will not be a The Batman number 2. They can say delayed to 2026, and they're gonna and then when about a year from now they're gonna say delayed to 2028 or whatever. They're not gonna do it because James Gunn doesn't want to do it. And I don't know how anyone liked that. I got friends, dear friends, who like that freaking movie, which is fine. But no, it's not going to happen because they're not going to have two different. They have enough trouble with two. What they're going to have? Gunn's got a Batman movie in the works, which is going to be probably bullshit because it's Brave and the Bold, and it's going to be him and Damian, which I think is stupid, but that's what he's doing. I don't understand why he's doing it. I don't get it, but there's no way that Zaslav is going to go. I mean, right now he's just pushing things back to placate people because I guess maybe does Matthew Reeves have some kind of contract or something? There ain't going to be no Batman the Batman Part 2. Agreed, Read by Nature. I think it sucks. I hate that movie. Joe Dog said I did not enjoy the Batman at all, but I like the soundtrack. Yeah, the soundtrack was interesting enough. So it just is not, because why would they do that when they're so busy working on first of all, they're doing Superman, and they need to focus on that. Then they're doing they're working on a stupid Supergirl movie, which is a really bad mistake, what they're doing. And they got the Brave and the Bold, but it's not going to be like the TV show or the comic even. Have you reviewed, Mara says, the Batman, the Brave and the Bold TV series, a great fun show. I love it. I haven't reviewed the show, but I did do a show a couple of years back where I counted down my top 25 episodes. A whole show where it was just me counting them down one night. Because I love, say love about 4 billion more times. Love that show. And I just had a blast. And I might at some point bring back, if I knew, maybe get J-Man to pick his top 25 and, get him to do a stream with me when we do it. But I love the show RR. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. Don, you like it? Don, you like it? Cool, man. I had a lot of fun doing that. It's put it to you like this. That show was my happy place. What's up, dude? Look who's here, folks.
What's your happy place? Stargirl, you said?
Never heard of it. Never heard of it. Batman, Brave and the Bold TV show.
Right, yeah.
And they were asking if I'd ever reviewed it. I haven't reviewed it, but like I said, I did that top 25. I was just telling them that I did the top 25 countdown a couple of years ago. Yeah.
And didn't someone from the show reach out to you or someone? Oh,
well, one of the guys, when I was announcing it on Twitter that one of the guys, James Tucker saw it and he liked it. And he's one of the producers. I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah. I think it was James Tucker. Latino Slant, what's up, dude?
There.
Hey, old Paulie, what you doing, man? I was about to say what you doing up late, but it's early for you, buddy.
It's early, yeah.
Everyone, of course, the great Latino Slant. Man, it's been a while, buddy. Actually, I got to at least listen to your show last night and the night before when I was running around. And actually, you did an early show, I believe. It's good to see you, buddy. I hope you're doing well. You got to come in and hang out with us one of these days again. I mean, I don't know what right now we're just geeking around, but that is, and there you go. D. Bud Martin has the link, and if any of you, by the way, if you have not subscribed to Latino Slant, my good friend Paulie's channel, please do so if you would. Thanks, D. Bud. So, yeah, I was just basically answering some. We were just going back, just talking with nothing in particular, but Oliver said, "Was it?" Crow reboot is coming out in June. 24 will release its first trailer tomorrow. Bill Skarsgård is said to play Eric Draven, the role in which the late Brandon Lee portrayed the original Crow in 1994. Yeah, I don't know, man. I like the first movie, okay. But I just sort of like it. Yeah, Crow T Robot. But a lot of people are really crazy about that show. That movie. Could not be reached. Yeah, buddy, I love Brave and the Bold. A lot of people are crazy about the Crow. And I thought it was cool. It's just been a while since I've seen it.
I mean,
it's a good movie.
It's pretty good, but it's not. I think, unfortunately, the tragic death of Brandon Lee makes it such a bittersweet movie.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, a lot of people, are over the moon about it. They really love the movie, and I gotta imagine right now they're pretty annoyed by a lot of them. Even people who love that movie don't like the sequels and stuff. But people who do love that movie are probably just annoyed by a remake. Like, what are you doing? Why bother? But then again, that's the way I'm always about freaking remakes, right?
Oh, thank God we got that new Roadhouse remake, right? I mean, it's all really needed.
That's that's really
good. Out? I think it's out now. I think.
If people are around 30 years from now still watching movies, they're gonna go, "Hey, man, let's watch Roadhouse," or whatever, or RoboCop, or The Crow, and they're not even gonna think about it. And they're gonna sit there. They're gonna watch the real ones, and someone's gonna, someone like it might be a movie buff or something. Said, "Did you know they did a remake of this?" Like, really? Why? And you go, I don't know. They were weird back then. They just like to remake everything. You go, but why would they remake this? I don't understand it. It's perfect. I mean, this is RoboCop, man. This is or whatever the movie they happen to love. The original, because 99.9% of the time, not every single time, but very close, most people stay in love with the original, and the remake, even people who don't mind the remakes, which I don't get, I can't stand them, will go, yeah, it's all right. I'll hear, but people will defend them sometimes. They go, oh, it was okay. It's an all right remake.
Yeah.
Really? So is it better than the? Oh no! Oh no! Of course not. That's usually what you get. Even people who defend them.
Yeah.
Or says
like the Robo.
Just like let's see, just like there's only one Matrix movie, there's only one Crow movie. They should leave it at that. The sequels were all mediocre to awful. I hear you.
Yeah, it's like the new RoboCop. Maybe you could say the costume.
Ugh,
Although the original's all time great, but like people said, oh, the costume moved better, some effects look better.
That black costume.
It's like, I've heard that before, but
they're reaching for crap. I've heard people try to make excuses about the new RoboCop.
What's the point? There's 0 point in making a RoboCop remake. If you want to try to continue it or tell another story, that's another.
Right. I never mind the continuation.
Yeah.
That's why they're not as bad as sequels. I mean, sequels to me aren't as bad as remakes. They're not as, I'm not just saying they're good, but I can respect the sequel if it's based on something that kind of lends itself to further adventures. But usually they're still not as good. But I respect that more than just remaking shit.
Yeah. If you want to continue the story, but it's pretty rare that a remake, I always bring up Ben-Hur, but if you know the original was a silent film, okay, if you're going to remake a silent film, you get a pass from me, right? So, but the
that's
remake
a little different. Yeah. At that time,
you're gonna remake. They're talking about remaking Back to the Future at one point. There were some rumors going around. Like, what are you, crazy? I mean, if you want to tell a story about maybe the son of the kids of the characters, maybe, or Doc Brown's son, or something, and then you could have a cameo or something, maybe. But it's just like you've already done such great movies, just you drag the idea to death, like what they did to the Terminator movies. I mean, they killed John Connor in that last one. I just turned it off. Like, I was gonna watch it at home. I'm like, why do we even need to watch this? They just killed John Connor, and I knew he wasn't coming back. I'm like, that's it. Turn it off. Click.
Yep. They remade It's a Wonderful Life back in the 70s. It was a TV movie, and they did a sex change. There was Marlo Thomas, that girl, the woman who married Phil Donahue, and Wayne Rogers played her husband. And I'm like, and no one remembers it. It's not a shocker.
I don't remember it.
Nobody remembers that because why would they? It's a Wonderful Life is played at every Christmas. Before it stopped being in public domain for a while, and NBC now runs it exclusively on it, and you have to buy it on DVD or whatever. It ran. I remember when it was like in cable before NBC started doing it on Christmas Day or whatever, or Christmas Eve, whatever they did it. I think Christmas Eve. It was everywhere. I mean, but the weeks leading up to Christmas, it would be run over and over and over again on cable and stuff like that. And the Marlo Thomas one, not so much. In fact, not ever.
My favorite is the sequel on Saturday Night Live with Dana Carvey.
That's a great one. I love it. That's an added scene.
Great all time.
I love that. Mr. Potter, you're nothing but a scurvy little spire.
They killed Mr. Potter.
That was fantastic. I love that.
SNL was great. Yeah.
But look, I love John Carpenter's The Thing. You could call that a remake and call me a hypocrite. I do kind of like the second Invasion of the Body Snatchers. I never said that there weren't exceptions to rules, even that one. But 99.9% of the time when I go the remakes I've sat through, I don't know how we got on remakes, but because the Crow. 99.9% of the time, would I even bother sitting through a remake? And that's why I don't really bother anymore. I'm always like, yeah, yeah. Okay, I'll just go back and watch the real one. Thanks. And I could not, and I just stopped because I know what I'm going to do. Look, in fact, the straw that broke the camel's back was the one, and I did not watch this. I think I haven't watched a remake in 30-something years. The Fly was a good remake. I'll give you that one, Putin's Cat. That was good.
Yep.
For 1986. However,
did something different.
it deviates greatly from the original story because just like John Carpenter's movie is more of an adaptation of the original short story, and it did things that Howard Hawks in his movie The Thing from Another World, which is a fine movie, couldn't really do. And still, I mean, John Carpenter's The Thing is almost a masterpiece to me. It's a great movie. 1982, when I went to the theater to see that, man, it scared the crap out of me, and I was blown away. That movie was a freak out.
Yeah.
No way we will ever let number one watch that one.
No, yeah, no way.
But I'm sure you've seen it. I mean, I just love that movie.
And then when you do, I always do a search for The Thing, and that always comes up first instead of The Thing, instead of the Benjamin J. Grimm. Yep.
Yeah. So, it's a great movie, but most of the time, what was it? What's another remake? The remake, I don't know. I mean, I can't.
It's not a word for word remake like when they redid Psycho a few years ago.
That was word for word.
Yeah, he tried to do it, scene for scene.
He did it on purpose. Gus Van Sant is such a dummy. Yeah, I mean, he did it like scene for scene. So I'm going, well,
just watch the original.
Yeah, and if it's a movie I really love, it's Fright Night's one of my all-time favorite movies. I will not watch that remake.
Yep.
And again, I always have to hear it from people. Oh, but it was okay. But it really was sure. Well, good. I'm glad. Total Recall. No. Why? Why do I want to Total Recall? Well, that's based on
what's his name is and Bullseye's in both of them.
Bullseye's he's in both of those. Yeah.
Both.
So I'm sorry, man. It's just like, well, you know what? 09 filthy Star Trek, which I was talking a lot about earlier. That's a what?
Oh, you're excited about the new season of Discovery coming out?
Yes,
you can't wait
to talk about
it.
that trash.
Yeah.
The point is, you can't replace those people. And Putin's rat, you cannot change. You cannot replace Roddy McDowell. You're just saying that to be silly. That movie, there ain't no way that I love David Tennant, even though he's been a very disappointing ass lately because of what he's done with Doctor Who. But I loved David Tennant at that time. And when I saw he was in a freaking Fright Night remake, I was like, oh, that's so disappointing.
Well, there's no point to those movies. Yeah, they hope to catch lightning in the bottle like the first one did, and
look, the Fright Night sequel wasn't even any good.
Yeah,
no one remembers.
How's that going to work?
Fright Night 2. You know why? Because Chris Sarandon wasn't in it.
Yep.
I mean, that first movie's perfect. That's one of my favorite. Man, that's just. Again, there's a movie that didn't need a sequel and certainly didn't need a remake. And the sequel is terrible. I think I only saw it one time. It got no distribution at all. But boy, I saw that first one a million times. Arthur 211 is total. What is Arthur 211? 2011
remake to the Arthur movie?
Oh God, yeah. Oh no, wasn't that Russell Brand?
Yeah, and I can't stand the original Arthur movie too with Liza Minnelli.
I liked it. But
I hate that movie.
Not my favorite. Why?
Dudley Moore. I just can't stand that movie.
I love.
That's one of my ninth Plane of Hell movies. That Yentl and
I thought it was pretty good. Yentl. Oh no.
I just can't. That movie just rubs me the wrong way.
I loved Sir John Gielgud. Probably I didn't like the Thing prequel at all. The prequel?
Yep.
I didn't see that
a few years ago.
Yeah.
That was okay,
no interest in that one, Empress.
It's
didn't like it, huh?
Basically just try. It's the same story. In the end, the spoiler. There's a dog that escapes, and so that's the dog that you see in the beginning of.
I can't.
Thing.
No, I don't.
It ties the two movies together, so it's telling the story of what happened. The helicopter pilot that's crashed in the beginning.
I can't watch that.
It's telling the story of what happened before the
Thanks for the warning, Empress, but I can't watch that anyway. Now that you've told me the I just leave it alone, man. It's just like Doomcut will never watch the Blade Runner sequel because Blade Runner means a lot to him, and I can understand that. because he thinks it'll sully the first movie, and he's probably right. I haven't watched it. I don't know.
2010 was
But-
pretty good.
But I did like 2010.
But that's continuing the story, though.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's not
Well-
a sequel. It's just
Well, the thing is, you didn't. The good thing is, you didn't have to be on acid to enjoy it.
Yeah.
like you did the first movie.
Yeah.
So
Well, I should say, well, I guess it is a sequel, but it's just continuing the, it's the
it did
story
continue.
going.
Yeah, it's a continuation.
Like is Return of the King a sequel to the Two Towers? I guess, but it's the story, right? So it's not like a made up
Mhm.
story for it's Arthur C. Clarke.
Well, it's more of a straightforward science fiction movie.
Yeah.
Whereas the first one was reinventing the wheel, and it's a big, long, crazy, psychedelic trip. It's brilliant, but it's also there was never any point to try to emulate it, so they didn't. They just did a straightforward story that adapted the book. I thought it was pretty good. I haven't seen that in a long time.
Roy Scheider.
Yeah, I like the Arthur theme too. There could not be reached. It's a good song.
Yeah, the Arthur theme.
Roy Scheider was great.
I just can't stand that movie.
See, I like Dudley Moore for his team up with Peter Cook. Peter Cook and Dudley Moore, a big fan of theirs as a team. Movies, not so much. Let me see. Is there a movie? Because I don't really care about Arthur. I think I liked it. I saw it once. I'm trying to think of. He did a lot of really bad movies. He did Best Defense. Oh, y'all doing Ghostbusters this week? Damn it.
Yep, Ghostbusters. You want to come on?
Oh my God, Ghostbusters! No, you guys can end. I mean,
if you want to come on,
I was digging through my freaking DVDs. I can't find my copy of Used Cars. I'm about to. I think got given away years ago. I'm gonna buy the Blu-ray.
Don't worry.
You don't have to do that, but I'm gonna try to get the Blu-ray if I can. But the Blu-rays, I can't figure. Here's the problem. I can't figure out which Blu-ray to get either, because you go in there and there are a couple different editions. I don't know. I would like to have it physical, but if you ever get it, I'll watch
Ask
yours.
Retroblasting. He'll know.
Yeah, I should check with him. I mean, they're like four different. I don't know. There's a Shout Factory one. There's another one. I just want the damn movie. But and some Walmarts, I don't know. I mean, it said that you can find it for a DVD for $5 in Walmart.
Yeah, but you don't want a DVD. That's good money after bad. You want the 4K.
I have an old DVD. Yeah, exactly. Used Cars. Trust me, Yellow Primer. I love that movie. Fancy. Oh my God. Oh man.
You can rent it for $3.99 on Amazonians.
An anonymous gamer. Yeah, it's not anywhere streaming for free. So
yeah, not for I just can't stand the idea of renting a movie. It's like on video.
No, I can't either.
Of course, I used to rent movies all the time on pay, but just something about it renting it digitally. Just I don't know. I just don't like it.
Yeah. Yeah. You see foul play. Putin's cat's coming up with some weird one. Yeah, with Goldie Hawn and Chevy Chase. Sorcerer with Sorcerer with from 1977 with Roy Scheider. Yeah, I remember that. Dudley Moore's 10 is weird too. Yeah, 10. I didn't like it much.
Well,
but there were reasons.
There's two reasons to watch that movie.
I'd say 4 or 5 even. Mark, which of the 2 disappointing Marvel superhero films would you possibly watch more than once? The Marvels or Madam Web? He didn't even watch once.
God.
He didn't even watch Madam Web once.
Well, I skimmed through Madam Web, and then I found a way to watch it. Just leave it at that. And my kid watched with his friends in college, and they said they loved it because it was so bad they couldn't stop laughing the whole time.
What
it was just such a
Madam Web?
Talking about it. Yeah, Madam Web was talking about it tonight, and we said too, like Sydney Sweeney is the hottest thing out there. Pardon the pun. Like if you'd made a movie with Sydney Sweeney as
anything,
Spider-Woman
in a skin tight Spidey,
and kicking ass the whole time. Yeah, maybe it would have still stunk, but you would have gotten more.
You would have cared
in the seats. You wouldn't have cared. Yeah, but yeah, if you'd made a semi-decent movie, you got to make something decent. Like because Retroblasting brought up Barbed Wire, no one went to see that with Pamela Anderson. But yeah, And Dakota Johnson's cute, but she's no Sydney Sweeney. No offense, Dakota.
Oh no.
But I mean, but they said that was just so hysterical. I guess I haven't seen the Madam Web. I guess if you could do like a drinking game to Madam Web, maybe I'd watch that again if that was more like you get more of a hate watch out of it. Because the Marvels is just so damn boring. At least maybe Madam Web. The few of the scenes that I was watching, I was laughing at. It was so bad. So
yeah, man, I don't know. I haven't watched Madam Web, but I don't think I can take the Marvels again.
it's insufferably boring.
Oh God, it's an
It wasn't
interesting
terrible.
question.
It was just boring.
I thought it was
boring.
terrible.
Well, terribly boring, I should say. I mean,
It's cringy
blah.
garbage. I don't
Blah.
think that's an interesting question. I guess since I haven't seen Madam Web and you got a gun on me, I'm gonna go, well, I'll just sit through Madam Web. At least little Sydney Sweeney's sort of in there, although they got her dressed down, but
It looked like the Scooby Gang, and that's what it reminded me from the few scenes I watched.
yeah. I don't know, boy, that would be tough. That might be time for Harry Carey on that one. You're like, I think I'll just take that sword and run myself through because it's ugh. But because the Marvels is insufferable to me. Oliver, I mean, when I ranked it, because my buddy J-Man he doesn't think it's great or anything, but he just thinks there are a lot of worse ones. I did rank it as that there are 6 or 7 Marvel movies worse than it, but it's still trash.
Yeah.
I saw a future where I saw Madam Web, but it was my future. So what you're saying, Duke Polito Atreides, is you're going to be watching Madam Web in your future. Gotcha. Let me know how you like it. Madam Web drinking game would result in fatalities. Take a drink every time something stupid happens. But is it stupid or boring? Or both? I mean, I would imagine it's boring as hell.
No, there was a lot of when you skim through a movie, there was a lot of silly stuff happening, and it would probably be like a great MST movie when you just love to make fun of the movie. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, that makes sense. Yeah. Well, I watched that then. Oh boy.
A critical drinker might make it 60 minutes in. Yeah.
He reviewed the Marvels. Turns out I didn't like it, so I decided to not see it at all. Well, time travel's good that way. You could unsee stuff. That works.
Erase your memory, right?
Yeah. Yeah. That's the way it works.
Well, I'm looking at the used car DVD for you, so you can get
the Blu-ray.
The Blu-ray and 4K.
The 2 versions.
Together. Well, it's $30 for the 4K and Blu-ray together.
Oh shit! No.
If you just want the Blu-ray, it's $18, which is probably fine for a comedy like that.
Yeah, that's what Blu-ray. What am I gonna do with a 4K?
Well, you get both. You get the both discs.
But I don't need the 4K. What would I do with it?
Well, in a couple years, we get a new 4K TV. But like a movie like Used Car, it doesn't.
I can tell you, I'm never.
If you're watching Star Trek, the motion picture, 4K is gorgeous, but. Comedy, you don't need the 4K for comedy.
I'm too blind to see it anyway. Okay, now I do need a new. My TV is pretty bad because it's all messed up. But but I can still watch stuff. Like thanks to a certain guy that's here right now, I've been able to go back and watch Babylon 5 against them many times, and it still looks good on there. But even though when it's dark,
that's the
remastered, right?
New version. Yeah, remastered looks a lot.
It looks
better,
pretty cool. As cool as something can look on my TV, you know what I mean? Yeah. But LR says Sydney Sweeney doesn't hold a candle to the TV movie stars of the 70s and 80s. Linda Carter, Farrah Fawcett, Heather Locklear, Jacqueline Smith, Jane Seymour. Even the Doctor Who girls are cuter. Heather Thomas says, I'm gonna say she ranks, but I love all those girls, so I'm not gonna. There's nothing to argue about. I would say she's pretty hot.
She can hold my candle any day.
Erin Gray, Heather Thomas. I mean, look, you're talking the stratosphere TV wonderment right there. So,
Marky Post was damn cute too. I gotta say, Marky Post was a cutie.
Connie Selica, Marky Post. Oh God, yeah. I mean, look, What do you want me to just? But I just think she's pretty damn hot. Sydney
I
Sweeney's
see what
pretty
our
amazing.
T and Z is saying, but
Oh yeah. I mean, look, yeah, and those they're cut above R, but I'm not gonna hold that against Sydney. Not that anyway. Ann Lockhart, Putin's cat. You like Ann Lockhart? I think she's kind of cute, but you know, when I met her, she was a lot older, but she looked kind of cute. But you know,
I like the girl in Airwolf too. She was cute. What was her name? The redhead.
Oh, I don't know her name, but
partial to redheads.
I don't know.
I can't remember her name now.
Red.
The girl on the A-Team was cute.
Airwolf.
Then she got booted off the series.
Yeah, she was cute. Not the
Melinda.
greatest. She was kind of cute. Yeah.
Oh, she was cute. Of course, we've got to mention
But
Daisy Duke.
She's not in that group right there that are just mentioned. Now, Daisy Duke is though.
Daisy Duke.
Daisy Duke is Aaron Gray and Heather Thomas, like Putin Cats mentioned. Also, Pamela Hensley, Princess Ardala.
Jean Bruce Scott. Yeah, she was. That's who it was. Yeah.
Who?
She was pretty. From Airwolf. Yep.
Okay.
It was
Jane Badler. Hubba hubba. Yeah.
Yeah, Jane Badler's a cutie. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Damn, how could I forget Marky Post or Aaron Gray or Daisy Duke? Yeah, Daisy Duke was Catherine Bach, by the way.
Catherine Bach, yeah.
These are timeless beauties. To me, Sweeney is pretty, but doesn't compare. Well, that's fair enough. I mean, look, you won't get an argument out of me, but I think she's pretty smoking hot to me. And she's different too, because she looks to me, she seems very natural, which I like about her. And down to earth, so she is a beauty. But hey,
here's the girl from Airwolf. So she's cute. I mean, she's not, one
yeah.
She's very cute, and yeah. Plus, she kicked ass in Airwolf, and then
yeah, Maureen Jensen I thought was pretty hot. There could not be reached. She dropped out of. She did like one stupid horror movie, then quit everything.
Was that her today? Yeah.
I'll put it to you like this: they don't have a lot of. I mean, there's some hot chicks in Hollywood, of course. But I mean, it's not like this batch that you're talking about. I mean, and of course, this are all TV women you're talking about.
Yeah.
For the most part, yeah. TV hotties, man. But there's some extremely lovely young ladies now.
Oh, she was on Magnum PI too. That's right. She had a guest shot on Magnum. Yep.
Yep. Farrah Fawcett. I mentioned to Larry. Oh, who didn't love Farrah? Cheryl Ladd was pretty nice. Jacqueline Smith was amazing. Jenny Agutter. Oh boy, Jenny Agutter.
Show her. Yeah, I think I have my safe search turned on.
Yep, Jenny Agutter. Remember she had a guest shot on Red Dwarf. It was funny. Bum. Remember she was on Red Dwarf once. It was cool.
What was she in Zardoz or no?
No, she was in Logan's Run.
Logan's Run. Okay, Logan's Run. Yeah.
She was fantastic. Oh my! She was in of course, she was in American Wolf of London.
Yeah,
your Muslim uncle
on there. Hey, your Muslim uncle.
He's been here, but inspected Gadget. I'm wondering what you mean by that.
Inspector Gadget.
Ursula Andress. Yeah, I mean they're just naming hot chicks at random now at this point.
Yeah, it's turned into the hot chick show.
Yeah. Bedroom Eyes. Jenny Agutter was in Captain America: The Winter Soldier. Yes, that's true. Young, even middle-aged. Helen Mirren was stunning too. Yes. So she was great. She was in. A buddy of mine told me about this weird movie she was in as a kid, a relatively young girl, called Walkabout, an Australian film that was really disturbing. And he'd tell me about it all the time. I never got to see it. But she was just on a walkabout with this other kid, and they were walking all over Australia. And they say I bet someone here, Putin's cat mentioned it, Walkabout. And I've not seen it. Have you seen it, Putin's cat? But I hear it's really disturbing. Messed up movies, from what I understand. All these cuties are just a break in the mold next to the original beauty. No, not Eve. No, not Cleopatra. The name other than the most beautiful of them all time, Jennifer Lawrence. JT, what's wrong with you?
She's cute, but
yeah, these kids get stranded by their father that kills himself, and they wander Australia. Yeah. Charlotte Rampling was in Zardoz, yes. Now, and what's her name? Who's that name? Anna de Armas. She's something.
yeah. She's the only good thing about those new Bond movies. The last one
True.
was the one good scene. And was that
2
movies ago she was in? Yeah.
Yeah. Larry. Brenda Vaccaro, though, dude. What about Donna Reed while you're at it?
Oh, she was a gorgeous lady.
She was. I'm just kidding. There's a scene in. I'm kidding you, by the way, Larry. But there's a scene where in the great Meyer Burnett film Free Enterprise, where they're all sitting around the desk at the table talking about their perfect woman or whatever. Right before they're about to go, it's his character's birthday. They're about to go see Wrath of Khan at the midnight movie for his birthday, and they're talking about this. Who's the perfect one? He goes. One of them says, like the Mark Altman character says, Nova from Planet of the Apes. They said, really? Why? Beautiful, gorgeous, scantily clad, mute. And so they're talking with other ones. One of them says, Donna Reed. They goes, Donna Reed, dude. And Mark goes, oh, I don't know. I mean, I did get kind of hot and bothered in that scene behind the bushes, and It's a Wonderful Life. Yeah, that was a fun movie. You've seen it, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I wish we can get number one to watch that. She might like it. I know it's got a romance in it, but it's a comedy. So
now Lucille Ball was a gorgeous redhead.
Was she gorgeous
in the 40s? Look at her in the 40s.
She's a commie. Look, she's a communist.
Oh, they had. I don't think she ever. Well, she might have had some. Yeah. She went to a couple of meetings, I think. Yeah, but look how gorgeous she was in the 40s. I mean, she was a good-looking lady. Of course, then they didn't have in black and white. They said didn't do her justice, but
it did. No, it didn't at all. And then by the time she had a color show, it was like she was a lot older.
She's older. Yeah.
I used to watch that because we see the I Love Lucy in the daytime on the reruns, but I'm old enough to have actually watched her the Lucy show on network TV, where she worked in the bank or whatever it was.
Yeah.
She had, I think, one. She had 2 other shows. Yeah.
But that's the best. Probably that's the best old time.
She was in a Marx Brothers movie. That's old. She is.
Oh yeah! Wow.
Room Service. I think she was in.
Miss Cunningham was pretty cute. Back in the. When she was younger.
Yeah. I forgot. What was her name?
Oh, the actress. I'm forgetting Mr. C's name.
What's the C's name?
Didn't she just die a few years ago?
Oh, Anne Margaret was fantastic, Brian. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Marion Ross.
Marion Ross. Yeah, they're all. Well, they're all. I mean, everybody from that show, other than Fonzie and Richie and Potsy and Ralph Malph, I guess. Didn't Erin Moran die? Or did she?
No. I don't think so.
I hope not. I'm saying. Chachi, I guess, is still alive. A lot of them are alive. It's funny, more people alive from that show than are live from Babylon 5.
Well, she's 95 now, Marion Ross. Okay.
Oh, Marion Ross is still alive?
I guess, 95.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Clobberin Times, how about the actress that played Miss Kitty on Gunsmoke? Yeah, she was cute. What was that lady's name, man? That song, wah, 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 Miss Kitty. Oh man, I can't remember the name. Give me the name. Do you know the name? Your Muslim uncle. What was her name? Yeah, you're right. Empress, man, the B5 crew have been almost wiped out. I mean, Amanda Blake. Thank you, Larry. Yeah, she was a good looking woman. Hot redhead. She's played that character forever. You know, Gunsmoke lasted 20 years.
That's unbelievable.
You know how? You know why it lasted 20 years?
It's gonna Grey's Anatomy might beat it though, right?
Because the network executives, one of the president, whatever, wife loved it, so he would throw other shows under the bus for it. He would. Gilligan's Island was one of the ones sacrificed for it. Chris Persia, there's no doubt about it. Diana Rigg is so fantastic. As Chris, it says, as Diana Rigg is so fantastic as Emma Peel. When they did the remake, which was again another horrible, shitty remake movie. Their casting was a valiant effort, and Uma Thurman, who's pretty amazing, but even she couldn't top. And that's a good. Ray Fiennes is another one. Even he couldn't top John Steed, Patrick McNee. Have you ever watched The Avengers?
A few episodes, yep.
Oh my god, I love that show.
Chris, she was on
yes.
Game of Thrones. Diana Rigg.
Don't show me the old ones and make me sad when I see the old pictures.
I know, but she was so good on this show too. You got to say.
Game of Thrones. 82. She was on a Doctor Who episode before she passed. Oh God, look at her, man. Emma Peel was the world. But yeah, hey, look, as a kid, my first love, when I was like, could have been 2 or 3 years, when was obviously Batgirl, Yvonne Craig, rest her soul, on Batman, and Judy Robinson on Lost in Space, Marta Kristen, who is still around. No, these ladies are great. Yeah.
Don't forget Gabrielle Drake.
Oh, she's incredible. But yeah, Barbara Luna's fantastic. Putin's got Yeah, Deborah Paget's amazing. She's still with us, huh? Wowzer.
Cute, yeah. Even with the purple wig, yep.
Google when you get a chance, Google Deborah Paget snake dance. Says could not be reached for the comment.
Well, I don't know if I'm gonna Google snake dance on the main screen. Let's see. See what comes up on the other screen.
Give it a shot. Deborah Paget.
It's good to have 2 monitors.
Well, Snake Dance is also the title of a Doctor Who episode, but I'm just
Oh, good. Safe search is on, so
it's fine.
Checking my.
It's Deborah Paget.
Well, no,
she didn't do Prawn.
Well, yeah, but sometimes there's nudity, isn't there?
No, not for her.
I don't know. I'm not risking it, but yeah.
Oh my God.
So these are blurred out. So.
Yaggle. Oh my. Yeah, good call. Could not be reached. Good call.
Got to keep safe search on.
That's a lucky fake snake.
When you're a YouTuber like Mexican Iron Man.
Yeah. Well, YouTube's better than him.
Nope.
Nobody YouTube's better than Mexican Iron Man. Makes me feel sad for the rest. Nobody YouTube's half as good as Mexican Iron Man. Maybe he's the best. So, yeah, well, that's cool. Great stuff. Anyway, we wanked around for no reason. Not all this stuff. Oh, look at her in the Ten Commandments. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God, yes.
And what?
She was in the Ten Commandments, Deborah Paget. She's still alive. Oh, wow. Still alive. I mean, are you trying to say
Gordon's alive?
Or Deborah Paget? Yeah, we shouldn't forget Julie Newmar since we're naming gorgeousness and Susan Oliver. Yeah, so naming gorgeous chicks in movies and TVs. I don't know how it happened, but guys do that, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know. We just get on that thread.
Yeah. That's okay. It's a wild card. That's what we are. We're the wildy cardy here tonight.
Well, who was that I liked? The more modern Barbara Gordon. Of course, was what was her name? Dina Meyer is gorgeous.
Oh, I love her. Yeah,
like cute redhead, and Ashley Scott was gorgeous in that too.
Yeah,
I just saw. Well, in sad news, I saw that Olivia Munn was diagnosed with breast cancer.
No,
which is very sad. Yeah, she, of course, for anyone who was an Attack of the Show fan or G4 TV, Chris
Oh,
Gore.
man.
I don't know how well Chris Gore knows her, but of course they were on TV for years together. But yeah, so she, thank God they said they caught it early, but she had a really aggressive form of cancer. So her doctor had said, your test came up negative, this year, but she had an whole article I was reading today. But they said, I think you're at a high risk factor, so we're going to check you out. So
Yeah.
unfortunately, they found it, but they think they caught it early. But yeah, so she's going through hell now. But she was always such a great
Oh, man.
presenters. Of course, she's played Psylocke in that terrible
Yeah.
Age of
yeah,
Apocalypse
right.
movie, but she was still good. I mean, you can only do what you can with the material, but she was a very good-looking Psylocke. So
Oh, she's beautiful. I
best
love her.
wishes to her. Yeah, and she was so fun on that Attack of the Show. I mean,
Didn't
just
she
as a
used
host,
to
she was
didn't
amazing.
she used to date Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah, for a little while. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to be Aaron. It's
She did
good to
all
be
kinds-
Aaron Rodgers.
She's married now, and I think has a kid or two kids. But God bless her. Yep. So I hope she's okay. But on Attack of the Show, I mean, I watched that almost every night, and she just went with the punches and with all the jokes. And my God, today they would have been, you would have been canceled. Oh my God, you can't do that stuff. You can't make fun of this stuff. Or she dressed up as Wonder Woman. But she had a great sense of humor and used her sex appeal to her advantage, right?
Mm-hmm.
So today they say, "Oh, you're a victim. You're a victim." But God, she was funny.
Wow, she's wondrous. Fatty says, as much as I like Dick Grayson Robin in the comics, Julie Newmar Catwoman made a compelling case as far as I was concerned to Batman. Oh, yeah. Kay Roberts, hey there. 7 hours and 30 minutes till next Starship launch. Okay. What ship would that be? Like a shuttle or something? I mean, is that I
Well,
need a little bit more.
The
No,
Elon Musk Starship launch, maybe.
maybe. I don't know. I mean, I'd need a little bit more on that, wouldn't you?
I'm
To know
guessing
exactly.
that's what it is. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's probably a good guess.
So
Yeah.
instead of Olivia Munn, when they relaunched G4, we got Frosk. Just to compare how the times have changed.
Well, I mean, at least they don't have to worry about anybody watching them. They'll have plenty of privacy if they're going to put Frost. The big experimental stack in Texas, he says. Okay.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Oh, that is
Well, that's supposed to
Elon
get to
Musk,
Mars.
right?
Well, I've been
Elon Musk was in
enjoying,
Texas now, right? Yeah.
Yeah, they reincorporated. Yeah, I've been. They're trying to. Well, I guess Starship is there. I think. Yeah, but I've been enjoying For All Mankind. That's been a damn good good series so far. Yep. So maybe we'll get number one to watch that.
How many seasons
4
of that?
seasons. They're planning 7 if the ratings hold.
We're 4 already?
4 already. Yeah, it's damn good. Yeah.
Yeah, but you should get her to watch it. She would like it. But just don't make me watch it. I mean, in other words,
You might like it.
You took and review it even. I just don't. Why do I want to watch it? I don't know.
Well, you might enjoy it.
I don't see how that's possible.
Well, it's
new, isn't it?
Space and stuff and rockets and space and weightlessness and rockets.
It's not. It sounds too
And
mature
Corvettes.
for me.
It sounds too mature.
Yeah, I can't have any maturity going on there. It's too new. I mean, if it were like 30 years old, maybe I'd go, I should have watched that. So in about 20 years, I might go, damn it, I should have listened to Mark. I probably should have watched it. Yeah, like I'm going to be alive in 20 years. But I'm saying, if miraculously I am alive in 20 years, 25, right? I mean, 25. I'll go, you know what? Mark liked that show.
I should have watched it.
And he liked it because if she, to say she watched it, right? And other people watch it. So now I think it's time. Maybe I should have watched it back then. So let me go ahead and watch it now. And see, saving it for a rainy day, in essence, right?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. If I watched it back then, I wouldn't have the enjoyment of watching it now. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I did that with Farscape. You know what I mean? So that's pretty smart on my part. Think about it. I'm stockpiling.
Hold off for a little bit. Yeah.
MMM. Uh-oh. I never listened to Mark. I need to listen to him more. You should. I see. I should have listened to Mark.
Yeah, it's what always happens.
Except about Stargirl. Still at work.
Stargirl, yeah.
Still at
Mark
work.
was right. Yeah.
And put in no less than 11 hours each day. Wow. So the stream for the last couple of hours has been great. Oh, thank you, R. I appreciate that. You're too kind, buddy. Very nice of you. So, yeah, I'm just saying that you're probably right, except maybe about Stargirl. The reason why you can't be right about here's why you can't listen to me. Let me just flat out tell you why you can't be right about Star. First of all, the biggest reason you can't be right about Stargirl is because Phantom Outsider agrees with you. The second reason is that it's CW. And the third reason is that I'm an a-hole. So
those all three add up.
Yeah. Okay, the fourth reason is I'm too lazy to watch it.
Yeah.
Oh, what are you doing?
Well, don't you want to watch this? Look.
No. There's another reason. She looks terrible. She looks like a frumpy little cosplayer. She's terrible looking. Oh, and they got Yolanda. What's her name? They got all those screwed up. They got that Wildcat. Boy, they look terrible. Is that a bad cosplay? Like kindergartners or what? The broken clock and the CW and the sometimes right. Yeah, it could be right. Fanny Outside.
There's a JSA.
Yeah, I mean, Fanty, I don't know, man. I don't think I could trust you on this one. And the actresses are wussy, says MMM. He agrees with me. So I don't know if I should trust you, Fanty. I'm worried about you. It's a CW show. Actually, I'm just kidding, everybody. I'm just too lazy. I'm just messing with Mark and mainly just messing with Fanty. Don't take it seriously. Martha Munkle says, I don't do it. And I'm not, I don't do it. I really wanted to watch Blake 7 with you guys and got behind and haven't done it. And there's no going back. Even if you review it again, these moments are finite. You're not that far behind. I mean, we're only,
catch up. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's only once a week. It's only one episode a week, but that's up to you, buddy. I hope you get a chance to watch it someday. And you
can pop in and watch the current episode without yes and no. I mean, a lot of you just don't know the characters as well, but most of the stories don't tie together directly, right? Clobberin times. I mean, a few of them go from A to B to C, but what would you say?
What? I mean, I think you can, but see, the thing is, we're only on episode. This week, that's episode 5 of season 2. So I mean, and that was 13 of the first season. So that's be-ba-da-ba-da-ba-doo-ba-dee-ba-doo-ba-dee. That's we're only 18 episodes in, right?
Yeah.
You can you could jump ahead. I mean, but you'd have to see tomorrow's episode. But no, I don't pressure anybody into watching anything. But he does pressure me because he says Stargirl was still good. Sorry. I don't know if I trust any of you now. I think you're all lying to me. You probably just want me to laugh at me. They put the kids in because most of the JSA were unlived in the first episode and just so yeah, I got you. And I'm kidding, everybody.
And John Wesley Shipp was in it too. Yeah, he was good.
She was a cutie pie and she was great. Nice balance between kids and adults.
I think it was patriotic too. I couldn't believe at the end of the first season they had a very patriotic scene. It was unbelievable.
How many seasons are there now? Or it's
3
over,
seasons.
Right?
It's over, canceled,
right? Yeah. Well, see, that's another thing. I can't watch. It's canceled. I can't watch a show that's canceled.
Oh, so you can't watch Red Dwarf?
I can't watch. I can't watch cancel culture. That'd be like saying yes to cancel culture. I'm just saying. I mean, I'm just saying. So and besides, I don't have access to it. That's it. I don't have the DVDs. Sorry. Yeah, I have nowhere to get it. I mean, it's on. Is it on Paramount Plus? Probably not. Right. Is it on Max?
I don't know where Stargirl ended up.
It should be on Max, maybe. No, it isn't.
Yeah, I'm not sure where.
No, it wasn't. Blake 7 canceled. Yes, I should put it this way. Every show's been canceled. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Anything that doesn't last beyond 3 years, I should not watch. Like the original series did get canceled, a Star Trek, but that was before I made that rule. So it's getting the loophole. It's a technicality. But since then, I put in the policy is any show that doesn't last more than at least 4 years, I can't ever watch.
Except Star Trek.
No.
It
Like
only
I
lasted
said,
3 years.
it's a loophole. Like I said, that was before I made the rule.
Oh, okay. Before.
So that's a loophole. So it means that you can't name one show that I've watched after 1980, say for example, that wasn't 4 years or more. Name one, for example. A show that I like.
Seinfeld. Well,
I didn't watch that.
You liked. You didn't watch
a show that I'm a fan of that didn't at least last 4 years or more. You can't name one, can you? Thought so.
I'm stumped, but anyone else in the chat help me out here.
4 years, because Lake 7 lasted 4 years, right?
Yep.
And I'm a fan of it. So Have Gun Will Travel lasted 6 years. Doctor Who's lasted, well, really 50 years, right? So, Enterprise lasted 4 years. Buck Rogers was 2 years. So I can't watch it ever again. That actually got into the rule because it was before 1980. Okay, Robert, so I can watch that one and Galactica. Yeah, but see, Kolchak got it into it's everything after 1980. I apply that rule to Matthew Pounder. And so now, can you name one show that I'm a fan of?
Well, if you'd given Stargirl a chance, you would have liked it.
That lasted 4. Hey, Lisa, what's up? Name one show that I like that lasted less than 4 years. That came out after 1980. You can't name one. Not one.
How about Evil Dead versus Ash? Didn't that only last 3 seasons?
I never watched it, though.
You never watched the Evil Dead versus Ash?
No.
Well, that's inconceivable.
Larry, I'm going to pretend you didn't say that because you let the cat out of the bag.
There we go. Probe.
Okay, but that was an accident.
It was an accident. Yeah.
I thought when I was watching it at the time it was going to go 4 years. I'm still waiting for the other seasons. We don't know that.
You and Parker Stevenson.
Here's the thing about that. It may have only been 7 episodes, but there could be another dimension out there where it lasted 4 years. Like Firefly, for example. Under my rule, I wouldn't be able to have ever watched Firefly.
Yeah,
hey, Zachary. But I'm counting on there being another dimension somewhere where Firefly lasted 4 years. Briscoe County Jr. It may have only lasted 1 year here. Police Squad, another one, Larry. Thank you. Planet of the Apes was before 1980. Logan's Run 2. But so what I'm basically saying is you cannot prove to me that there isn't another dimension out there somewhere where these shows didn't last 4 years. So on that technicality, I can watch those shows. However, Stargirl, I can prove to you beyond a shadow of a doubt there's no dimension where it lasted past 4 or 3 years. How, you may ask? Good question. I'm glad you asked that. And here's your answer.
Hey, Jim boy, y'all ever have a real cold Georgia-style nut julep, huh?
And that's for Probe.
For you, Mr. Worf, I would love to explore. Klingons do not allow themselves to be probed.
Well, Briscoe County's coming back, isn't it?
Briscoe, Bowler, I hope to see you in action again soon.
Count on it. Well, maybe after a brief hiatus.
Why are you trying to make me cry? God damn it!
God damn it, Mark. Sorry.
Damn it, man! Now, thanks for making me depressed.
Well, let's go look at pictures of cute girls again. Then.
No, that makes me worse depressed. I mean, that's even worse.
God damn it, Mark.
Sorry, fulfilling my contract.
All right, everybody. I was just being silly. I know that my whole point of being extreme there was, if I love a, here's why you don't want me watching your show. How about this, Mrs. Now I know Stargirl's already canceled, but it might get brought back. You never know. If I watch a show in its early stages, it's dead meat. It is doomed. Doomed. Why did you keep changing back?
Oh, I didn't change it. Oh, I just didn't do the background.
Oh, the back. You have to change the background back every time, right? I forgot. I'm sorry.
Well, sometimes it doesn't change automatically. Yeah,
it should. That's crapper.
Supposed to. Damn it.
Zathras has been probed. I watched you last night on the. I went back to watching B5. Hey, Malachi D. Wildman. Good to see you. So yeah, no, but seriously though, I don't know, man. I just it's just something about. I guess here's I'll tell you what it is about Stargirl. I hate CW, but I know you're saying
it was DC Universe at first. Don't forget, it wasn't on.
But I hate CW. What do you mean? Oh, it was on the app.
It was on DC.
All right, well that's fine. But here's let me here's the thing about that. I was traumatized. I watched again, friends yammered at me back when I was doing on Blog Talk Radio to watch The Flash TV show. Remember when it first came on CW?
Yeah.
And I was like, finally to talk me, I'll just watch the first. So you know what I did, folks? I bent the knee and I watched the first one. I was like, yeah, it's all right. So I watched The Flash for some reason for 2 whole seasons. Did I like it? It was watchable, but I didn't really, I don't know. I just don't like the whole Scooby Gang crap. And it's just, and then at the outset of the 3rd season of The Flash, I'd had enough. Chief Shadow 1750. Hello there. Welcome to Clobberin Times. Greetings. So I just couldn't. I said, "Oh, you're going to do Flashpoint? I'm out. Go away." But I was also, because of The Flash, I was watching. What was that stupid team show? Something.
Arrow was on.
Legends of Tomorrow. No, I didn't watch Arrow. Never watched Arrow. Legends of Tomorrow. Right. I watched the whole first season of Legends Tomorrow and hated it, but I watched it. It just felt like a habit. I was, how you not so jokingly say you buy comics out of habit, even if you don't like them.
Yeah.
I had nothing to watch, and so I watched those shows out of habit just so we could talk about them on the show, and I never liked them.
Even when Captain Cold came on, and
I liked him, and I liked those actors. I liked those characters. Captain Cold on the show. They were pretty cool, but the show sucked. Firestorm was horrible. I just hated the goddamn show.
Didn't have the money for Firestorm, yeah.
Well, they killed Ronnie Raymond and they made Bobby, why would you watch the Flash TV show when you could watch the Superior It Copes? Superior It Copes. The copies, Sliders, yes.
Well, there was a lot of multiverse stuff.
I did try Sliders. I've tried Sliders on a couple of times. A lot of people that I respect dearly love Sliders. I can't get into Sliders. I tried. Chris, don't hate me too much. Chris, you can hate me all you want. I know you said copies. I just couldn't see it. My eyesight's shot tonight. Chris, you're allowed to hate me, but I've tried just recently. I went back after years of trying to watch Sliders when it first came on, just a few months ago, and I tried. It was tough for me to get past the first couple of episodes, but I'm not giving up. I'll go back soon.
And unfortunately, Mel Torment,
thank you, buddy,
recently passed away, and our good buddy Cardinal Sin had
Tracy Torment was his friend.
Tracy on several times. Those episodes are out there, and they were looking to try to bring back Sliders and continue the series, not reboot it.
Right.
And I guess it didn't get one of the last times he was on it. It just didn't get picked up by any networks, unfortunately. But they had the cast lined up to come back, allegedly.
But there was also two other factors that I mentioned. I hated Legends of Tomorrow's first season, and when I watched the first 3 or 4 episodes of season 2, I couldn't take it anymore. I'm like, this is a piece of trash. And they started messing around with the Justice Society. I'm like, oh my God. And so Stargirl has Justice Society in it. And I'm like, oh God, if it's taking it from that.
But they back in time for the JSA in the past that was such an amazing opening scene.
What?
Never see in Stargirl.
Yeah, but I'm not. One more thing though.
Okay.
Chief Shadow says I watched Supergirl to season 4. Hated. I watched the first season of Supergirl when it was on CBS, and again, it was the same shit. Like I watched it, but I didn't like it. I like her, but I didn't like it. I just didn't hate it yet. Then as soon as it went to CW, I watched the first episode of the went to like pissed me off so bad. I'm like, I ain't to hell with this. I'm gone. Boom. I hated it.
Yeah,
so,
the Supergirl I kept watching, but there's a lot of stuff that
it's
really
so bad.
peed me off on that show. That ended up being the worst one. Arrow I loved probably the first 2 seasons, and I
couldn't get into it. I tried a little with that too. I know you liked it.
Arrow was the beginning.
What I'm trying to explain, everyone, is one other point is that so other than all joking aside, because I'm mostly just kind of messing with Mark. I'm just being lazy.
Yeah,
I'm mostly just teasing with him about it. But Stargirl, the reason I had such a stigma towards Stargirl, because look, it's not like you're the only one, Mark, or any of you in the chat. I have many other friends that are saying the same thing about it. So it's not like I don't believe you. I'm just being an a-hole just for the fun of it, but I'm just goofing around. But my stigma was those things I just mentioned, plus it just, I was so aggravated with all those other shows. I was like, well, I just
couldn't get into it. Yeah.
Yeah, just didn't, but it's not impossible. I might start watching it. And yeah, I don't know.
I got to program your Roku, so that's the only show to play. Hack your Roku.
There's
Stargirl on every channel. What's going on? What do I do? I've got to watch Voyager for Saturday night.
Oh no!
And then you'd be like, oh, maybe I'll watch Stargirl instead.
Well, that would be better than Voyager, I'm sure.
Yeah. And those shows all started off pretty strong too, I think, except for Supergirl. And then the stuff with Arrow, that first couple of seasons, and he's on the island and his origin, and he's when he's going up that ladder, he was working his ass off so much, the actor, to get into shape. And they said, let's put this in the opening of the show. It's so amazing when he does the bar and pulls himself up the ladder. I mean, that's him doing that, training for that. And he's that was a nice take on Ollie Queen. There's some some parts of it you don't in the later seasons, but you've got some good actors on that show. And and of course it became a thing with my son too. We'd watch it every week. We'd watch Arrow and Flash together. That was like when he was 10 or 12.
Yeah,
that's what we did. We watched those shows. So
yeah.
And then you had Captain Jack was on the show too, so he was he was good.
Yeah, we had a lot of ups and downs. Nobody watches anything with me anymore, though. So. Yeah. I have to watch all by myself. I'm just kidding. Like I care. I don't give a shit. I'm just...
Manal Bennett, his Deathstroke was phenomenal too. He did a great job as Deathstroke. God,
yeah,
in that show.
I don't know, man. I guess it's just live action superhero stuff kind of bores me now.
Yeah,
I think I'm done with them. I mean, I'm not so much done if they do a good movie here and there. I guess because even when you watch, even the good ones now, like I mean, I could go back and watch some of the better MCU ones over and over again, and never get tired of it. For the most part, when they do live action, like for example, I hope the new Daredevil show's good, but I don't trust it. For the most part, I'm like, man, I just think comic books, the best way for comics to be adapted is animation, and they won't do enough of it. And so it's still more fun watching animated superheroes for me. Yeah. I'm regressing. I'm old, I'm almost 60, and I'm regressing and getting needing cartoons more and more. Also, I also need repetition more and more. It seems like I need old stuff more than I need. Like I said, I loved Cobra Kai. When it comes back on, I got to figure out how to. I mean, my son got rid of our Netflix. So I don't know what I'm going to do, but I just.
Oh, you got rid of Netflix?
Yeah, there was no point. I don't watch it.
You don't watch it.
He was right. But after that, I don't watch it anyway. But I love that. But for the most part, new stuff just doesn't. I was talking about this earlier, but just the other day, just because you and I were talking about Babylon 5, and I was like, you know what? I didn't have any. I was just what did I just get through watching? I just got through watching something all the way through, and you know how you get to this something you're watching, maybe the last few seasons that you're enjoying, binging it and binging the hell out of it, and then when it's over, you're like, oh man, I didn't want that.
Yeah, it's a bad feeling.
Over.
Yeah,
it's over again. Yeah, it's not like I haven't watched it 20 times, but I'm still, So I did that with something recently. I can't remember what it was, but you and I were talking about Babylon 5, like you watched one of them or whatever, and I was like, you know what? I just need to go back. I don't know. Let me. Every time I talk about it, it's been for this started the other day. It's been maybe anywhere from 2 to 3 years since the last time I binged it. Before that, it had been on like a couple of years. And then before that, it was a good number of years. But see, with the past, so I'm like, it's not been super, super long since I watched it before. And yet, here I am. And I've been going, man, I'm chomping at the bit. I'm knocking out 4 or 5 episodes a night. 3 or 4, just, 3 or 4 usually, because I don't get to do much for myself. Canadian Spider-Man,
hey,
whatever, Canadian Spider-Cam. What's up, buddy? Doomcock raid. Hail, Doomcock. Hail, future ruler of Earth. So I'm going crazy now. Again, it's like, obviously I've seen it a bunch of times, but still, it's just so good. I can't help it. I'm like, man, every time I watch it, now I'm chomping at the bit to get to season 2. I love season 1, fine, but I'm like, man, oh man, this is just Babylon 5 does that to me.
Yeah. Oh, did you watch? You did watch some of Superman and Lois, right?
Yeah, I watched most of the first season.
4 seasons. Yep.
Most of the 4
Sloan in it too. So
I love Sloan. I watched most of the of the first season, and then just I don't like it.
Well, they switched the cast up.
Who blocked
the Sons?
MMM said somebody blocked him.
I didn't see anyone block anyone.
Did somebody block Mars Monkey Max? If so, they do it on purpose.
No, Doomcock called me a communist and banned me. That's Putin's cat.
Doomcock called me a communist and banned me. Monkey Mars about to say who blocked me, though. He said these other people.
Okay.
I don't know.
I didn't see any blocking in the. Sometimes if you put a comment and YouTube nukes it and we never see it, so that happens too, depending on the language and the algorithm. So sometimes comments just disappear into the ether. So
he says someone here is screwing around. I don't know. That's not true, Doomcock. I mean, what's the name? I don't know what Doomcock. Why he did that, Putin? He's probably had a good reason. Sounds like to me, since you like saying silly stuff. You're fine here as long as you behave yourself. You have a short leash. Everyone does if they get out of hand. But as far as that goes, nobody's screwing around here. If someone made a mistake, it's one thing.
I've gotten banned here too, Mars Monkey Max.
By accident.
Yeah, Steve mentioned butt man me, but I'm butt banned me by accident his iPhone in the gym. But I don't see anything where it says you have been blocked on if I'm scrolling through the YouTube. Like I can see it on the YouTube side. It says if a comment was hidden or
the Hollywood people
something.
Comment. Mars Monkey Max, what about the Hollywood people comment? Did you get bought? What happened? Tell me what happened though. Putin said, actually, it was saying something tame, and he went off on me. I have done things elsewhere that are much worse. At least he admits it. Well, look, Doomcock is a very dear friend of mine, but I don't know what went on between the two of you, and he has every right to ban someone if he wants from his channel. I have no knowledge of what went on, so I can't really necessarily speak to what happened. But as far as taking sides, he's my friend, and I'm just saying, look, it's his channel. He can do whatever he wants, but I don't know what happened. I don't know much about that. So, but I love the man. He's a good buddy of mine, and I'm sorry that happened between the two of you. Saying goofy stuff or messing around is fine. It doesn't bother me. But are you a member of the Communist Party? I'm just kidding. You're the one who said he called you a communist. Kidding. Uh, he said, your name is Putin's cat. I mean, the worst. Does Putin have a cat? I mean, I've called you Putin's dog and Putin's rat, but it's just a joke. Cat in a Russian hat. Oh, yeah. See, I can barely see I don't know what it is, by the way. When I'm in other people's back room and they put like a picture on it, for example, like that, like you can see the face in Nick's chat. It's really big, blown up. But I can barely see the avatar. Why do you have this name? You don't have to tell me why you have the name if you don't want to. I didn't ask, but you can tell everybody if you want to. But you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, Mark?
Yeah, no. It's all good. All good. Yep.
No, what I'm saying is, like, for example, see that? When I'm on
barely see Supergirl.
Yeah, when I'm in Nick's stream, for example, and somebody puts up like that, for some reason it's bigger. Is there different size of these? Maybe it's this computer.
Well, just a computer, and it's your font size. Yeah, it's your control plus and control minus. Yep, makes it bigger or smaller. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I got you.
See, that comment got held for review. Putin's cat.
You got held for which one?
The riot comment. So that got held for review.
What was it?
By YouTube. Well, another word for cat and then riot. But the word cat can also mean something else.
Yeah,
even
I see.
Even you use dollar signs, it's still got YouTube flagged it. Yeah.
So it wasn't us. It was YouTube does that all by its own, dude. Yes, Lisa, I was looking at your avatar. Let's see.
That's very super.
This is my mom's favorite movie, Pulp Fiction. My name is Paul, and that's between y'all. Oh, okay, gotcha. Is Clobby looking at my avatar? You bet I am. Supergirl. We like Supergirl around here. Yeah, we're down with that. Oh, what's did you star that?
Yeah, it was an old question a while ago. Yep.
Oh, so she says, what about Sam Raimi's Spider-Man trilogy? Hey, Jay Goodwin, hello there. Good to see you. Welcome to Clobberin Times. What about it? I like the first two movies. Third one I think is terrible. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I love the first two. Second one's better than the first one, I think.
Yeah.
But the first one's great too. Third one's just a total miss. I love watching these reviews now. We should take a second look at Spider-Man 3. It's really not a bad movie. No, the movie sucks. You're trying to shoehorn Venom into that movie, which Raimi didn't want to do.
Worse than that. That sucks.
Yeah, it sucks. But that was
what they did. What they did with Uncle Ben and Sandman shit. That was more freaking onic.
Yep. So you wonder if that's Raimi or the studio.
Okay. Zamboni training and thought of you the whole time. Oh, really? Cool. What were you saying? I'm sorry.
Oh, if you're on the Zamboni, you should get that. We play the Cloboni on the Zamboni. That would be awesome. Take a picture of you. Take a video of Canadian Spider-Man doing the Zamboni, playing the Cloboni video.
Spider-Man is the 22 Columbia Pictures Spider-Man is among my honorable mention superhero movies of all time. Likewise, 1990 movie adaptation of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Don, I'll tell you what my problem was of Spider-Man No Way Home. It was entertaining, but when your movie's entire premise is based on, for example, in this case, Doctor Strange being a complete and utter idiot, moron, dumbass, it damages the movie almost beyond repair for me, because that movie it's called the idiot plot. Roger Ebert used to talk about this. When a movie, everything that happens in the movie is dependent upon a character being outright really stupid, something that could have been handled with a couple of intelligent thoughts and dialogue, and then your movie can't happen. Which, if Doctor Strange had been reasonable and said, no, Peter, I'm not going to wipe everybody's memories from you. Get a life, dude. No, I'm not doing that. Then it's over. No movie. And it was so stupid that he did that. And then Wong comes on, hey, you better not do that. Oh, I won't. He goes, it's fine. It'll be fine. Sure, no biggie. I'll just wipe everybody out.
And why is
Doctor
Doctor Strange not the master of the mystic arts anymore?
Another dumb thing. Well, because how stupid he is, apparently. In that universe, he's a total idiot. Good to see you, Jay Goodwin. Now, so and what is someone asked? Let's see. Chief Shadow said, "I loved all three Amazing Spider-Man. Loved all three. Amazing Spider-Man 2 was far, far worse. I mean, I can't argue too much. Amazing Spider-Man 2 sucks. I think Amazing Spider-Man 1 sucks too. But I hate the third one. I hate the third one for what they did. I mean, Sandman looks fantastic.
Yeah.
And it was a good casting. The crap about Flint Marko killing Uncle Ben was idiotic. So stupid. I mean, if you just didn't do that, the movie's at least a little more palatable. And then you got to get rid of the stupid ass shit with Peter Parker dancing like an idiot. And one other thing. There's this scene in the movie where, Harry, who really shouldn't have been in the movie. Harry tells, he knows who Spider-Man, he knows Peter Spider-Man, right? He goes to MJ, because they're all, MJ and Peter are together. And he goes and threatens her and says, look, if you don't dump him and break his heart and kill him with, basically breaking his heart that way, I'll kill him.
Yeah.
Because I know who he is. Well, and then she does it because wait. Hold up. Time out. Her response should have been, well, because we all know it should have been, well, first of all, he's Spider-Man. Good luck killing him. What do you mean kill him? He'll kill you. He'll destroy you. You can't beat him. So what am I worried about him for? What are you going to do to him? I'm going to go ruin my life and his life because you're threatening him? Hey, bring a lunch, baby. Go after him. Knock yourself out. He's Spider-Man. He will wipe the floor with you. But no, she breaks his heart. It was so stupid. I can't believe what I was watching. I'm like, this is imbecilic writing. Horrible. I mean, seriously. He's Spider-Man. She knows that. He knows that, of course.
Yeah.
He's going to get his ass kicked. So why does she give a shit? She'd be like, she should be laughing in his face. But she goes, it breaks his heart to keep him from what? Yeah, it's just, I hated that scene. The movie sucks. Hey, Grim, good to see you.
I have a DVD case I put all my DVDs in. So I bought, Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2. And I bought, like the deluxe edition. And then I got to be in order like Raquel. So I skipped spaces. I'm like, well, when Amazing Spider-Man 3 comes out, I'll buy the deluxe. So I saved, like 2 spots for that.
Good night, DJ.
Good night, DJ. So I never bought the movies. I've got those 2 spots in my DVD slots.
Really? The Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2?
Yeah, the Raimi movies. I bought.
The Raimi ones.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say. Yeah, the Raimi ones. I bought. The first 2, and then the third one. I'm like, I'm not even buying. I don't even want to watch this one again. So
they had a set for back when No Way Home came out. There was a set for 1, 2, and 3 for like $8.
Yeah,
at the store. It was just DVDs, but still $8 for all 3 movies. I bought it because I didn't have them. Clubby Zack Snyder it's Hack Snyder. Hack Snyder says he has no issue on some comic book fans for not liking his movies. Well, thank you, Hack, because I hate him. Yet he can't understand why they hate him on his superhero movies. Well, I'm sorry he can't understand it, but he does that. I can believe you that he doesn't understand it because I believe him when he says that because he doesn't understand the characters. He doesn't understand much.
No.
Hack Snyder does not understand Superman. He does not understand Batman. He doesn't understand he didn't understand Watchmen either, apparently. He doesn't understand a damn thing. So I don't know, because I don't know what he does and does not understand. But he did say that he basically accused fans in that interview with Joe Rogan of worshiping their superhero gods or some kind of crap. No, your fans worship you because they're weird, dude. By the way, I want to make it clear, even though I'm the biggest Snyder hater on the planet, me and Tom Connors, because I didn't know Tom hated him until I met him a while back. I don't hate you if you're a fan of his movies. Just if you're a Snyder bot, I have a problem because very nice people inexplicably to me like his movies, and that's fine. If you like him, I have good friends that like him, but I can't stand him.
But you see that interview that just came out? I don't know if it was old or new, but was it on with Rogan?
Rogan, yes.
And he's asking like, well, they're telling me that Batman can't kill anyone, and the first thing I want to do when they tell me that, and he's laughing. It's like, you're an effing moron. The whole point of Batman is not that he doesn't kill anyone.
Hey, Lemon Pie, what's up, dude? No, you're right. It was not only that, the stuff they talked about in that interview, dude. Let me get to the super chat real quick.
Yeah, super chat. Thank you.
Thank you so much, R. You're too kind, buddy. I appreciate that. Super chat for the nose. It says, did you hear about the farmer who stole the king's chair and stashed it in his straw-thatched roof cottage? It fell on him and killed him. People who live in grass houses should stow thrones. Nice. Good one. Let's see. Let's give you a reward for that one.
You got to play a video for that, yeah.
Give you some videos there.
Gordon's alive.
Superman.
I'm a doctor, not a dragon slayer.
I'm a doctor, not a battery.
Scotty, as good as your word. Aye, sir. The more they overthink the plumbing, the easier it is to stop up the drain.
It is green.
No bloody A, B, C, or D.
Cass. Super Cass.
Get those nerds! Nerds! What?
Thank you so much for the super chat, buddy. I appreciate that. Where were we? I forgot where we were.
Rewind. Find out where.
Oh my God, I can't remember anything. Sorry, I knew that was going to happen.
We were talking Schneider, but you want to erase it from your memory.
He talked about. I'm not going to say I'm uncomfortable saying what he talked about in that interview. Well, with Hack Snyder and Joe Rogan, but they were both talking about some sick shit.
I only heard that clip.
They talked about 300. Well, Tom watched the whole interview. I can't sit through. I don't know how he did it. He said they talked about a lot of stuff that happened with the Greeks. Well, not the Greeks. What were the people in the Spartans?
Spartans, yeah.
And the Greeks and little boys back then and stuff. I won't go any farther. You can choose your imagination. They talked about a lot of crazy, Yeah, I'm not even going to say it.
Don't even say it, yeah.
But they talked about a lot of, and the only reason I'll say it this much is they talked about a lot of gay stuff and about the stuff with the Spartans. And the reason why I mention that is because Alan Moore called back when 300 came out. Actually, back when Watchmen came out, Alan Moore had because Snyder had directed 300, he was calling Hack Snyder a homophobe because of things that were said in the movie 300. And of course, Alan Moore's an idiot. He's crazy. But yeah. So I don't know. But anyway, that without going too far, I'm told that a lot of the interview was that kind of garbage. And I would say I like Joe Rogan and all, but man.
But all you need to do is that, just see that one clip to know, and the light goes off. Oh, the first thing I want to do is have Batman kill people. It's like if you've ever read any comics, that's Batman's reason d'etre. I mean, that's
even
whole ethos of his character is not killing and preventing.
Well, they like to harken back to that stupid fact that in the first year or so of Batman. He did use a gun a couple of times and stuff like the Shadow does because he's kind of taken from the Shadow, but that stopped when he got an origin. He didn't really have much of an origin at first. Bill Finger gave him an origin. Yeah. So, but he doesn't know that because he didn't know anything about comics. He says, so you need to clip the Saturday Night Star Trek. I mean, the SNL clip from Star Trek Restaurant was that was funny.
I think SNL is notorious for.
I'm a doctor. I'm a doctor, not a. Oh wait. That was funny.
The only thing is SNL is notorious for claiming stuff. So
yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, no, but it is a
it's
great
funny.
clip. I would, or what I try to do is upload it to my channel first to sit. You do like you got to do like a 2-second clip. But SNL, they're notorious for nuking you or I should say claiming the video. Yeah, but they're very protective of that. I did buy all the DVD, the first 5 seasons on DVD, so I could have that because with the musical rights too. And when you play it on, you can play it on streaming. They have it. Was it on Paramount or on a Peacock? But then they pull the musical acts out. It's like, what kind of garbage is this?
Well, we're gonna read one more chat, and we're gonna get out of here.
All right.
R said, I liked Watchmen and Man of Steel, but BVS, Bull versus Scheid, actually, is just awful, and Justice League is a chore. Snyder gets worse with each film, and now he's just a joke. Yeah, well, I hated Man of Steel. Watchmen, I have a love-hate relationship with because I'm such a fan of the comic. Casting and a lot of different scenes in Watchmen are great. I don't like his ending, and some of his stylistic choices piss me off. But it was
a damn good job with that material, considering how
he
tough
turned in. But he turned in an extremely deep story into popcorn fare, and I don't think and the Wachowski siblings did that to V for Vendetta too, really, but not as bad as Snyder did. And 2 Alan Moore works that got turned into. And by the way, I actually liked League of Extraordinary Gentlemen movie because that comic he wrote was mostly atrocious.
Sean Connery's last film.
I liked that movie.
I liked it, but I still do like Watchmen, the movie. Comic is.
I like things in it,
but yeah,
like Man of
Steel. You ruined the ending for it.
Yeah,
I like the ending.
Thank you. You ruined it, and Zack Snyder did.
You enlightened me. Damn it.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I can't remember what I said at this point. But I'm kidding. I don't remember how. I mean, I had it all worked out.
You made a good theory on why the squid ending should have happened and not the other ending.
Oh yeah, any ending would have been better than what they did because framing Dr. Manhattan doesn't do chip and make everybody even more scared. And why would the world get together and unite with America like they did at the end of that movie? Because Dr. Manhattan, blaming all those murders on Dr. Manhattan, that wouldn't happen. They would blame it. They would blame America and make it even worse. He's there. He's America's weapon.
Yep.
So they would just be more afraid of us. They would be more afraid of us. Anyway. So, all right, everyone. Let's see here. I want to thank everybody for being here with us tonight. It's been fantastic. I'm sorry if I kept everyone too late, but I'm not sorry because I got to hang out with you fantastic folks. Let's see. Mark, what you got going on, man? Tell them got anything out there you want people to go see, and put your link in the chat, of course.
Yeah, put my link in. Thank you. Yeah, well, I had a couple of Jaws shorts today or yesterday.
I saw that.
So I had the Jaws bottle opener today.
Oh yeah, yeah. I didn't get to see that one yet.
So that's out there. So check. It's a quickie. It's a 10-seconder, but check it out. So let me put my my link in. I'm sure your guys are all sub, but on the off chance you're not, I'm getting close to those 4,000 watch hours. So go watch some of those old streams. Would be pretty cool. Me and Clobberin Time's trying to get those watch hours up. And if you want to buy a Doomsday Machine, here's my coffee, where you can buy a Doomsday Machine. And of course, I've always got to give Raquel a plug. So here's I'm sure Clobberin Times will play that later too. But we'll be back this Sunday night for Sunday Night Geekery. So looking forward to hanging out with Clobberin Times and gang for that one.
Thank you. Well, let's see here. Oh, RRTNZ, thank you so much for that. He says, man walks into a bar, says, ouch, it's an iron bar. Oh, wow, that hurts. Thank you, R. I like it. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. You're too kind, buddy. Let's see. But Clobby, how did you like the jiggle physics of? To what do you refer, sir? The jiggle physics. I like jiggle physics, but you talking about Watchmen?
Is that Weeble's wobbling?
I don't know. Are you talking about Watchmen or what? Or what? What jiggling? To what? Would you be specific in your
I can only
jiggling?
imagine.
To what? No, like, why, Ike? Whatever do you mean? Putin's cat, he hates the competition. He demands to be premier bad director in Hollywood. Oh, yeah. True. So feel free to let me know what that is, what you're exactly referring to. Sometimes someone will put something in the chat with a question, but it's kind of vague once in a while. Because I'm not exactly what you're referring to. I'll say something. I'm saying a million things, and let me know what you're referring to. Jiggle physics helped me study extra hard for the exam back in high school. The real ending of the Watchmen comic is so much better than the movie. People who think otherwise have trouble with complicated stories. Wow, Mark, I didn't say that. He did.
Well, I did. I mean, I did really like obviously the comics, an all-time great. I mean, it's even listed among the top literature for the century.
Yeah.
But when I first watched it, I thought that they did a good job of dumbing it down for normies. But Clobberin Times enlightened me about how wrong I was, and damn it made sense too. But yeah, because everyone said you could never film the squid scene, and then the terrifically horrible HBO show actually did justice to the squid ending.
And yet the show's horrible.
The show is horrible, but that scene was well done, and that setup was well done. So yeah.
Yes, sir, Bob. Yep. Can we see? No, yes, you can see Deborah Pageant again. Google her. But thank you for asking, Putin. Let's see. All right, so let's see. What do we do? All right, show notes and shouty outies. What is today? Okay, tomorrow night, folks. We have I'll be at Tom Midnight Edge After Dark at 6 p.m. on Tom's Great Channel at 6. And then we'll have the Clubhouse tomorrow night, same clubby time, same club channel, 9 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, 9 Central. With a Blake 7-episode review. The episode is Pressure Point, and we'll figure out other things. We'll talk about things we're planning. And then Friday night's a great night for Daredevil. So Friday night, continuing and getting close to the end of with Sean and J-Man, our reviews of Frank Miller's great Daredevil run of the early 1980s, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Having a great time with that. And pretty soon, coming April 5th, we're going to move from that to Jack Kirby's legendary masterpiece 1 through 102, and the first 6 annuals of the Fantastic Four, volume only. 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Clobby joins J-Man and Sean for a masterpiece. Then at 8:30, 32 Flavors of Nick Weiser's channel, my good buddy, on the Friday Night Comic Shop Talk. I'm with the Friday Night Comic Shop boys, Castor and Pablo and Nick, of course, and maybe even Fenrir and who knows who else. Hanging with those boys, talking some comics. We'll chin wag about a little comic books. So we'd like to do it. Then there's Saturday Night Star Trek. That's right, folks. 4 more scintillating episodes of Star Trek Voyager, including one where they fight the Juggernaut alongside the X-Men. I can't wait. So, our wrenches, we'll shout those out quickly. Eric K, Chris Persia, T-Bud Martin, Lord Talk, J-Man, Maddie's Daddy, Kal-El, Phantom Outsider, Maximum, Redstone, Larry. And let's see who else is up in here tonight. Putin's cat, you old rascal. You did good tonight, huh? Let's see. Where we at? Mars Monkey Max could not be reached for further comment. Jay Goodwin, thank you for being here, Jay Goodwin. I haven't seen you here before, I don't think, but welcome. Empress NM, your Muslim uncle, buddy. Always good to see you, bud. DJ Play Nice, Oliver Belamonte, Don Ranger Powers, Chief Shadow 1750. Hey. Cinema Gulp, thank you for being here with us tonight. Lisa. Bob. Grim. Thank you. Lemon Pie. Canadian Spidey. What's up? Take it easy, buddy. RRTNZ, my friend. Thank you so much for that. Did I say MM already? MMM already? Yeah. MMM. Go. Oliver Belamonte. Brian Hepburn. I think Penny was here earlier. I'll get to her, but that's what when I remember one, I throw it out there. Kay Roberts. A lively chat tonight, maybe Cakes.
For sure,
yeah. Such a great bunch. Malachi D. Wildman. All right, Malachi. Let's see. JT Kirk. I'm not going to sing all your names like that. I promise not to sing your names like that. Wah, 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 wah. It's a catchy tune, that Emperor's March.
Yes.
Who doesn't love that one? I could do it like, hey, Zathras. My buddy Ace and I, we used to ride around the car listening to The Empire Strikes Back, among other, music. And this is a title on the track called end theme, I guess the end theme credits and it starts out, it's the scene when they're on the medical frigate, pulls out all that beautiful shot of all the ships in the fleet dispersing, and that music goes. And we would hum it the whole way. Go wah 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 wah. Would I get in trouble at doing that?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, I don't think so, but someone said humming can kind of catch you, but I
really
don't know.
Matthew Pounder. If I just do it every now and then?
I don't think so.
That sounds weird. But I've heard people say that.
Retro Nerd Girl was saying that, but I don't know.
Might be right.
I've never.
That might be true. I better watch it. Yeah. I'll do a little bit.
Only a couple of seconds. I mean, yeah. Well, Doomcock doesn't sing any copyrighted songs anymore, right?
He used to not at all. I mean, unless he has lately. He knows which ones. DC knows which ones are that he's allowed to sing and what he's not. According to Empress NM. Yeah, he knows. I mean, but I mean, good God, it can't just go wah like wah 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 and so forth. I'm no good at it, but Ace is an opera, as a bona fide opera singer, and he could blast the doors off with his voice. We'd go to Saints games, dude, and he would stand in the stands and sing the national anthem when they would just play it or something. He would say, I mean, he could sing it on the field. I mean, he's that good. And he was saying, people look at, wow, that was amazing. Duke Leo Atreides, Anonymous Gamer. Don't do that. You're gonna get in trouble. Latino Slant popped in. The Great
Yeah,
Paulie. Oh, Paulie. I know the great Stone Loki popped in earlier. My buddies Loki and Joe Dog as well. Joe Dog. And Reed by Nature was here. All right. Dead Man and the Dead Man Clan was here as well. Ravenscroft, buddy. Minimusness was here. Claude Perishable. Dave C. See, we got some variety there. I love that song. Al Lorak Harrison. All righty. Wah, wah. Flay Day 1, rather, was here. Up and Hume. All right, just about. Come on, man. All right, so it looks like everybody that I have got it all knocked out. Salty Traveling Sea was here. Good to see you, buddy. Thank you for being here. Thank you for popping in. Now, I'm going to start going out way out on that limb, Marco Polo.
See if you got everyone.
Except for 1701 Tex, the great one. Thank you, buddy, for being here. I'm going to say I got everybody. Yeah, I'm going to say yes. What say ye?
Well, I wasn't here the whole night, but always got to miss one. It's no insult there to say, you missed one.
You mean like Simply Steve, for example?
Yeah, like Simply Steve, yeah.
Yeah, you were absolutely nailed that one. I knew you'd get that one right. You jinxed it.
Jinxed it, yeah.
Let's see. Almost there. And I know, by the way, FKH was here earlier, Tim. So now that I got him knocked out, I guarantee there can be no one else. Now I have to, except for Adrian James, but that just makes sense. I mean, that of course, we all knew Adrian would be there. I mean, yeah. Adrian and Claude Salling, yeah. I mean, and Brogu from my own hometown. We knew those. And Scribe Light was here as well. So, and that's it. Yeah. Done and done.
Awesome.
So, all right, everybody. I want to thank you all for being here with us tonight. Thank you so much. Please go to the great Mark D with the C's channel. Everyone have a wonderful back half of your weekend. Thank you, everybody. Max Redstone, what's up, buddy? Good night, everybody.
Poker. You know the game?
good, bad. I'm the guy with the gun.
Groovy.
I just love clobbering time.